Hottest teams in the NHL right now. Last night, the Avs beat the Kings 4-1 in Los Angeles. That's the latest. I'm Pat Woodard.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt.
We cleared out our crash southbound I-25 at 6th. Westbound I-70 just a tap on the brakes now through the construction, through the ditch. Also cleared the crash in Commerce City, westbound 74th between Colorado Boulevard and I-76. Traction laws eastbound on I-70 Silverthorne to Bakerville, and chain traction laws westbound I-70 between Copper Mountain and Vale. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. A few clouds right now. Snow on the way this afternoon. A high up to 41. Tomorrow and Sunday, sunny and highs up to 52. Then temps drop again into next week. More snow on the way for Tuesday. Right now it's 29 degrees with your Impact Traffic and Weather. I'm Dustin Ritchie, 630 KHOW.
File in a way that fits you and get the refund you deserve. Guaranteed. Jackson Hewitt Tax Pros can help you find thousands worth of new tax credits. Schedule an appointment with one of their tax pros and learn more at jacksonhewitt.com.
Homeowners, are you looking to both sell and buy? Well, I've got a real estate tip for you that you will love. Our market is red hot and inventory is low. Hi, it's Marty Lenz, and you need to call my friend and trusted real estate agent and advisor, Gay Ribble, with the Ribble Group, Keller Williams Realty DTC. Of course, you have options, but why work with just any agent when you can work with the very best? Here's why you should call Gay. She already has the buyers, thousands of exclusive buyers in her Buyers in Waiting program. It's how Gay creates higher demand, multiple offers, and more money for you when you sell. And isn't that what you want? Gay sells 3 times faster and for $30,500 more on average when compared to other agents. Gay will also guarantee to sell your home at 100% of your asking price, or she will pay you the difference. 833-453-SOLD, 833-453-SOLD. Visit GayHasTheBuyers.com, G-A-Y-E, GayHasTheBuyers.com.
When he's not talking about it, he's tweeting about it.
Do you Twitter?
Follow the Troubleshooter at Real Tom Martino. And stay connected with all of Denver's talk station on Twitter.
Just give me your Twitter and I'll follow you.
Find us right now at 630 KHOW. Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, Bills. That's Bills. Enter it now at KHOW.com. Keep listening to win with a $12K a day giveaway.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. A quick note here. Fix It 24/7 will do calls today and all weekend with no call charge whatsoever. It's usually a reasonable $39 to get a licensed, bonded, and insured technician to your home to find a problem, any problem, no matter what it is. And then they present you with a written estimate of what it will take to fix with a 100% guarantee, right? And then if you choose to have the work done, they credit you that. But right now, no call charge whatsoever. It's all on them. They're doing it from today through the weekend. If you call for a problem, they will come out. Now, it's got to be normal business hours, I believe. And it's 720-526-3939. No call charge. And that's 720-526-3939. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. FixMyHome.com. Monty wants to know about a watch repair. I'm Tom Martino. This is a show where we help people. I've been doing it for 40 years in Denver, recovering millions of dollars for people in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. Monty, we'll talk about your watch repair, but first I wanted to mention something. It's Car Day today, being Friday. That means every Friday we talk about cars. Now, not just cars, but it's a day that we take them all that we've gotten, and it's a time to call in, and we have an expert in each Friday. Today we have Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech. And welcome, Kevin. We appreciate you being here. Kevin, you've been staying healthy, or did you get the crud at all?
No, I knock on wood. My whole crew
Not
got
yet.
it.
Your whole crew got it? You didn't get it?
I didn't get it.
Wow,
Yeah.
cool. Are you vaccinated?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, well, anyway, I'm glad that you're healthy. Monty, what about you? What happened with this watch repair?
How you doing today, Tom?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good. About 6 months ago, and I brought it in a little bit before that because I had a problem with the reset.
And where did you take it, Monty?
This place called Mateus Fine Watches. They're in Highland Ranch.
Mateus.
Yeah.
How do you spell Mateus?
Matheus'.
Okay. And what about Mateus?
Well, I took the watch into them because Citizen no longer does repairs, and I was told by other watch repair places that that's the only place where they have the right to work on Citizen watches, and they can get parts and they can fix it. And so I was even told that by Citizens that they didn't have to
and
repair
when did you take that in?
This was in June, like the second week of July, the second time. The first time was 3 months before that.
Wait, we're talking last year?
Correct.
All right, what's the problem?
Okay. So on the first time that I took it in, the work order did not include the fact that I couldn't set the watch. I initially wanted to have the crystal replaced.
Yeah.
And one of the buttons that need to be set was sticking. Thought that needed to be replaced. That wasn't the case. He fixed that. But on the work order, they did not put the fact that I could not set the analog and the digital part of the watch or any alarm or anything at all on this watch. I did not notice that, so that was my fault. I brought it back once I realized that a couple months ago.
All right, so did they finally fix all the problems?
No. What happened was the owner of the place, he came back. He looked at the watch and he set it. He took the bottom out and he set the watch just fine, no problem. But then when he connected the bottom back to the watch again, we could not set it anymore. And so it was a little bit of a puzzle.
Did he notice that? What did he notice when he connected it? He couldn't do it?
Yeah, because he set it a few times with the bottom off, and then when he connected it, he noticed it would not set again.
So where are we going with the story, Monty? What happened?
So basically what he said is that, look, we're going to have to replace the whole inside of the watch. And he said, and that's going to cost you $180, and it's going to take you about 2 months, at least 2 months to get the part in. I said, fine. He printed out a ticket for it. I took it home, fine. About a week later, I get a phone call, and they said, okay, well, you need to call us back to get an estimate on this item and go from there. And I'm like, well, estimate? He just told me the price. So I called and talked to one of the assistants, and they said, well, let me get him. He came out. He was like, well, yeah, the part is going to be $360 now and $65.
But Monty, let's cut right to the issue. If somebody quotes you a price, are they bound by it? No. Not unless
he didn't quote me a price. He told me that was the price.
I'm telling you, if somebody quotes you a price of $180 that he did in the beginning, and then he calls you back and says, no, it's going to be $360 or $4, they have a right to do that. It's okay for them to do that. When they cannot do that is when they create a contract, a legally binding contract. And in order to do that, according to our attorneys, because I'm not going to give you legal advice, you have to have payment made, terms and conditions agreed to, and signatures on both ends. What I'm getting at, Monty, well, actually, the signature part, there technically could be a verbal contract, but what's funny about, and I hate to take a side note here, but I need to. The funny thing about verbal contracts, you hear people say they're enforceable. Yes, they are. However, for a verbal contract to be enforceable, both parties have to agree to all terms and conditions. So what happens? You say, you said this, and the other guy says, no, I didn't. So there's no agreement of terms. So that's what's weird about it. Now, let's say this, Monty. Is this what you're upset? Is this the crux of what you're upset about? That he quoted one price and then came back and said it was going to be more? Now, had he done that after you took it in and put money down and signed a contract, that would have been really difficult for him. He would have had to say, wait a minute, there are more problems than I thought. Here's what's going on. You could have fought him. But just a phone call and an estimate, I think he can do it.
Well, no, he told me he told me the price was the first place. He did a watch for me previously, which we had the same situation, no problems with this. Totally smooth transaction. I agreed on the price. The price was what it was. There was some additional problems. I said, yes, we agreed on that price. I came in and picked up.
Monty, but that has nothing to do with this one. I want to know with this problem right here, is that what you're complaining about, that he quoted a higher price after the lower price?
Yes, that he told me a higher price after he told me the lower price.
But
I mean, before,
but you had the choice at that point not to have it done.
Right.
So it didn't cost you anything.
No, and it's still there. It still hasn't cost anything. I just decided I would bring it to you.
I don't think you can make him do it for the lower quoted price. Listen, I'm going to talk about this with cars. Kevin, if you give a hard estimate, that's one thing. But if you say, if somebody came in and you said your master cylinder, it's going to be $280. I'm just stupid numbers here. Yeah. It's going to be $300. Mm-hmm. The guy goes home and says, you say it's going to take me 6 weeks to get the part. Yep. He says, okay, go ahead. He goes home. You look at that master and it's $600. You call him back and say, but I can't do that for this much money. That was not a buying. You're allowed to do that.
Of course.
Now, if you give him an estimate, on paper and he takes the car and drops it off and you give him an estimate, then you call him. You can't increase it more than 10% or $100 unless you get his permission. But if he doesn't give us permission, all you have to do is put it back together. Yep. That's in the car business. In the jewelry business, there is no such law.
That's exactly what happened this week with my car. Remember, I had some body.
What happened?
They told me it was X amount of dollars.
You dropped it off.
I dropped it off. They called me up and said, "I'm sorry, there's more work that needs to be done. It's going to be an extra $1,000."
And you had to give approval,
right?
Or not?
Right. That happens all the time.
Yeah, but so Monty, I understand why you're upset, but it's not like he's forcing you to. It's not like he's saying, "Well, bud, we have your watch apart. You better pay it, or it's going to cost you so much money to put it back together." And if he starts doing that crap, that's different. That's like holding it hostage.
Well, I didn't know because, like I said, he said he has the part. And
but by the way, Monty,
and
I don't doubt it right now. All electronics, all watch parts, all fine jewelry, everything is going up. But anyway, truly, the bottom line is the guy is not putting the screws to you.
You know, I had my front end done. They took it off, and there was some other work. But they called me up, and they said, "Look,
that's very common.
Yeah,
body work. Yeah.
Exactly." But they called me up, and I approved it. Sure. That happens all the time.
Well, we're having issues where we get online, we see parts available, we go, we build our estimate based on that, and we go to order the parts, and they're not there.
Right.
Then we have to source them somewhere else.
How bad, guys?
Begin your healthy mobility and healthy living journey today by visiting RestoreOsteo.com. That's
Mic check, 1, 2, 3.
I have a soft spot in my heart for people who are reaching retirement age. Like me, I might be over retirement age for some, but seriously, you need a comprehensive approach to retirement. I have never touted one product solves all problems, and that's what I love about Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. These three gentlemen that head it are father, son, and son-in-law. They're good people. A family team approach with more than 40 years of experience helping people with this comprehensive approach. Oh, yeah, they can help you with the investments and a return and earning income, but they look at everything like taxes, including income taxes, property tax discounts. They look at Social Security for optimum benefits, Medicare, supplements, insurance, annuities, long-term care, estate planning. They look at every aspect of your life to see what fits in and what doesn't. And they talk to you. Here's what I love. They'll meet with you as many times as it takes for you to be comfortable, or you don't hire them. There's no cost to explore. So explore with Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, either by video to them, or they can come to you, or you can go to them. It's your choice. RP Retirement Planning, rpcenter.com, rpcenter.com, 970-663-3211. If you're looking for floor coverings, I always say it's a simple choice. SimplyFloorsInc.com. INC for the ink. SimplyFloorsInc.com. They have a plethora of carpets, hardwoods, luxury vinyl tile. They have the best installers, and they have design consulting free. And that they're really designers who come and help you integrate the floor into your home. Now listen, there's no extra charge for any of this, and they have great financing too. They have all price ranges. SimplyFloorsInc.com is where you make your own appointment. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
So many people have told me about.
So, you know, they have that new thing where you can order COVID tests from the government. I went on the site, It was 2 clicks. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Not the Colorado one, the federal government one.
I'm telling you, man.
Amazing.
I just thank Biden every day for all of this.
That's the one thing that they actually did right. It was 2 clicks, and now I'm getting.
I mean, I am so built back better. I mean, it is so. I am so better.
But you got to give them credit for what they do right.
Built back better. Built.
But how about they didn't start out by knocking the vaccines to get
I'm not arguing. All I'm saying is,
we're behind the whole ball.
How accurate are those tests?
Well, if it's positive, it's almost 100%. If it's negative, it's 85 to 87% accurate.
So what does that tell? What does that mean?
Well, if you have it, you have it. So that's 100%.
Why can't they make it more accurate?
That's Orchard.
I assume if I'm sick, I have it and just treat it as such.
Yeah.
All of that effort that you've built over the past several years,
But you need to have a negative test to go on, an airplane or to go overseas. So you got to have the test.
Yep.
But all I'm saying is, they actually did this right for a change.
What got
The federal government is sending you 4 test kits, and you go to covidtest.gov, 2 clicks, and you're done.
Wow.
I was amazed.
To the post office.
Yeah.
The post office.
But it's still amazing. It's just.
I guess mine only get delivered because I got 2 post office supervisors.
It was so easy.
Next door.
Hey, Tommy, what's the SaferNet code, promo code?
Tom.
It is Tom. Does it have to be caps or anything?
I don't think that matters.
Okay, thank you.
Tom, I have a follow-up on one of our contractors.
Meatloaf died.
Yeah.
And Louis Anderson.
A few flurries this morning.
Really? The same day?
Oh, I love Louis. Are you shitting me?
Hey,
He's a young man. How old's Louis?
Meatloaf is 74.
68.
Yeah, Meatloaf, I didn't know he was that old. 74.
Yeah.
Oh, he was old. He was old.
Well, think about it. He was 77 when this, Bat Out of Hell came out. He was probably in his 20s. Shannon watching.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. RealCBDThatWorks.com. I can't believe it. They have something that was laboratory tested by the University of Oregon. They've done studies to show that their new formulation actually inhibits the COVID virus and other viruses from invading human cells. Did you know that, Doc? It's an actual scientific study. And they can say it because it's true. Now, they haven't done human trials, so I'm not saying it's not a vaccine, it's not, a cure, but it does help. And they have the formulation at RealCBDThatWorks.com, Panacea Life Sciences. Of course, they have all kinds of CBD products. Tom and the promo code get you 30% off, RealCBDThatWorks.com. Now, we have a problem with roofing with Joanne. Joanne, how can we help you with roofing?
Well, I've had really bad luck with the roofer that we use. We first used them in 2018 after that really horrible storm that went through Colorado Springs.
Yeah, so do you so this is an insurance roof job, Joanne?
Yes, the 2018 one was, and then there was a windstorm in December. And
did you have the 2018 damage fixed?
It took about a year and some, yeah.
Okay, so it was fixed. It has nothing to do with this call.
No, I'm not real pleased with their customer service.
Okay,
because we had a tree fall on our roof a month ago, and they've been really slow.
But here's what I don't understand, Joanne. Are you talking about the same company that did your roof in 2018? Well, you don't have to go back to the same company.
I don't. Okay, that's what my husband was saying. But it's a special roof.
Oh,
it's like the tiles it's called Decra tile. It looks almost like a tile, but it's like metal, and then they have the asphalt.
Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So only certain people will do it.
I get it. So you want to make sure you get someone who knows how to do it, and you don't like the fact that you use these people, and yet you used them, but they didn't come back and help you when you needed it. So if you...
Exactly. They're like pushing us back.
Where are you located, Joanne? Where are you located?
In Colorado Springs.
I have a feeling that you probably don't have a big enough job, and they're just giving you the runaround. But if you hold...
That's what I think, too. Yeah.
I absolutely. But here's what I'm thinking. We want to call one of our roofers in the Springs, and we will talk, and we will find out who does Decretile. So, Suze, Excel is in the Springs, Genesis is in the Springs, Petrali Roofing is in the Springs. He's been in the Springs for years and years. Let's call one. Let's see who knows the Decra Tile or Decra Roofing, DECRA, and it's what it is an they have the asphalt granules on top of metal. Hold on, and let's get you an answer. That would be a good thing. Kevin, people are saying that they have a problem with their car when it comes to it heating up. They run it, but their heat doesn't turn on, and the engine is running cold. Why would an engine run cold? Now, in the winter, things run colder, but what would cause it not to heat up? I've heard of cars overheating, but what about not heating up to normal operating temps?
Single most common is the thermostat stuck open.
Does that control the whole engine temperature?
Yes, absolutely.
So that's important. People always concentrate on overheating, but how can underheating an engine, running it under temp, hurt it?
Well, it doesn't. The computer doesn't kick in and start monitoring certain systems till it reaches operating.
Can't you get sludge and stuff too from under?
Just everything runs poorly when it's cold. It's underpowered. It's dumping more fuel than it needs.
So you don't want overheating or underheating.
No.
All right. So the thermostat,
because they're fail-safe. They'll fail open as opposed to closed. That's why.
All right. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Stan, what's happening? Hi, Stan.
Hello, Tom.
What's going on?
I got a Jeep from Chrysler Jeep, and then they turned over to AutoNation. And when I bought the Jeep, I had lifetime oil changes, and I've used them.
When you say turned over to AutoNation, did that dealer get sold?
Yes.
Okay.
And then when I taken my Jeep back to AutoNation now, they honored the agreement.
Oh, that's good, because in some sales or takeovers they don't have to, but that's a sure way of getting rid of loyal customers. So I'm glad they honored it. So what happened?
Well, when I went to make an appointment this last time, they told me now they are not honoring that agreement, and they've done that for years. I mean, I bought the Jeep back in 2005.
Wait a minute.
So I've had
they did lifetime. You bought it with lifetime oil changes. Is that right?
Correct.
And now taken over by AutoNation. And how many years did AutoNation honor it?
Oh, probably about 10 to 12 years. Half that time.
Okay, I would say that, and you're pissed at them for that. I mean, you got a pretty damn good deal, don't you think, bro?
Yeah, I did. It's just weird that all of a sudden now they said they're just not honoring it.
Why do you think that's happening, Kevin? Why do you think all of a sudden they would stop honoring it? Really?
Have you spent any other money with them, or you turn down all the work they tell you about?
That's a good point.
Well, no. Yeah, my Jeep's lifted, and so I take it to a private
so they
company I know.
Yeah. They're pissed.
Yeah.
They're thinking to themselves, here's the truth, okay? And I can tell you, 99% of the time I'm going to be right, and here it is. The lifetime oil changes, I'll almost guarantee, did not go over to AutoNation. They did not assume that liability when they took over the dealership. They did it out of courtesy. Why did they do it out of courtesy? Or, better question, why do they offer these oil changes for life to begin with? Here's why. Oil changes are a door to your engine. Whenever you go somewhere for an oil change, they want to find other work. That doesn't mean they're going to be dishonest, obviously. That doesn't mean they're going to make up work. A good dealer will charge a loss leader on an oil change to get you in the door. Once you're in the door, they hope to find other things wrong. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. It's good business, right? And that, and I'm saying it's only bad business if they make it up or lie to you. But it's good business to get you in the door, and they got you in the door. But now they look back over all their records, I'm sure, right now. They're looking back over everything because there's a shortage of everything. And every business in the world, they're streamlining, and they're starting to cancel customers. They really are. Not just in oil changes, but in everything else. They're starting to look at people thinking, no, we don't want this one anymore, or we don't want to insure this person anymore, or we're not going to deliver to this address anymore. I'm serious. It's happening all over, Stan, and it's and you tell us you have an independent mechanic where you go for all your repairs, and all these guys do is free oil changes. I think they invoked what they should have done years ago, but they just waited, and I don't think you have them over a barrel. Because you can't.
I didn't figure I did, but I just thought that,
Now, somebody would say that's bad business, but let's analyze it. It's bad business if they turned away a potential customer, but you're not a potential customer.
Yeah, I understand that. I just thought that, they should honor it, and I understand that.
My God, you've gotten free oil changes.
Money and all that,
you've got free oil changes for 12 years.
More than that, but
more than that. Wait, how many years total?
I bought the Jeep new in 2005.
Oh my gosh! So you've got free oil changes for 16 years, 17 years.
Sure.
Oh man, you have more than beat the system. Stan, my God! Holy crap! Do you have a special vice where you put your pennies to squeeze them? 303-713-8255.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored
3 years from the previous dealer, or 4 years, 5 years, but that was his, and then 12 years from AutoNation, and he never had a lick of work done. Whenever they tell him something's wrong, he goes to an independent mechanic. And they said, we're not honoring it anymore.
Sounds like some might do.
I got a follow-up member for
I thought you were going to march in there when he said, what kind of vice do you use?
But he paid for it with the vehicle, right? Like a package.
No, he didn't. It was given to him.
Well, whether they include
it's a promotion. Yeah, of course. I think I remember that promotion, actually.
15 years worth of free oil changes.
Hey, man.
They do that. Good man. They want to keep you in
Real
house.
credit card questions require real people.
They don't expect them to
Someone
drive
who
the same vehicle for 15 years.
No one does.
with you. That's why Discover offers helpful U.S.-based representatives. Available 24/7. Discover. Exceptionally common sense.
Just when I thought that core scans could not get any better, I have something to tell you about core scans. For $189, you can find out your risk of heart disease and stroke. It's different than any other scan. This is fast, under 15 minutes, pain-free, non-invasive. You can do it in a chair and keep your clothes on. But here, it detects soft plaque, not just calcium, soft plaque, a direct indicator of that. The good news is there are treatments you can do covered by insurance that can stop and reverse it. It's just $189. But now, how does it get even better? They can also detect aneurysms. Think about this. Aneurysms. They do another scan, a more enhanced scan for aneurysm. Can you imagine discovering, we hear about people dropping dead from an aneurysm. They don't even know it's there. Core scans detects early aneurysm danger. My God, I thought it couldn't get any better. Corescans.com, C-O-R, scans.com. Core Scans, 720-740-2663. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, does free market valuations of your home. That means he'll tell you what it will sell for based on his 27 years of experience and his selling team. That's way better than, any kind, think about it, any kind of an appraisal, because houses are routinely selling more than an appraisal. While your buyer might need an appraisal, you want to know what it's going to sell for. So Frank Duran will do that free of charge. 303-920-1622.
Jackson Hewitt needs you to know 3 things about filing taxes this year. 1, there are thousands of dollars worth of new tax credits on the table. 2, you have to file for them to make sure you get the right amount. 3, a Jackson Hewitt tax pro will help.
So the mayor showed up, or the governor, said, yeah, you're right, the city looks like shit. He brought a cleanup crew today.
Oh, really? What are we talking about?
The Governor Newsom. They're robbing these trains.
Oh, no, I know.
But there's, I mean, I don't understand how messy it is.
L.A. Trains are starting.
It's almost impossible, though, because that's where the ports are.
That's where the ports are, yeah.
Well, they'll just have to go down. They'll bypass the city
if they can.
The city if they can, and head down to.
You know what? Why not make 18-year-olds? Why, if you're trained right, why can't an 18-year-old drive a semi? I don't understand that.
The L.A. sheriff, you should hear him unleash on the fucking
DA.
Oh my God.
So they say, I don't know if this is true, they're saying we could get those 100 ships emptied. The reason the ships can't empty is there's not enough truckers.
Right.
So, but why not? And here's my only argument to it. I don't know if an 18-year-old can drive a truck. I'm sure it depends on the 18-year-old. But I'm sure there's ones that can. But intrastate, they're allowed to drive semi-trucks. They just can't go interstate. So if you allow an 18-year-old in every state to drive a semi, but they can't, from border to border, what the fuck's the difference? I don't even get it.
If they pass the exams, it should be a meritocracy. If you pass the exams and you're 18, you can do it.
Yeah, if you want to make the exam harder, fine, make it harder.
Right.
Or whatever it is, maybe it takes an extra month or something if you've only been driving for 2 years. Man, that speech he gave was something, though. Ooh, man.
Uncle Joe?
Uncle Joe, that was...
You want to claim him as family, huh?
Holy moly. He's in the Twilight Zone.
I'll tell you what. If any guy encroaches on my daughter, I might get mad. It depends on what he does.
Yeah, it depends how far he encroaches.
Right. If he only goes in that much as opposed to this much.
What did Trump say? God, you can grab him by the hoo-hoo?
Right.
Now, if he just grabs him, we're not going to do much.
All I can say is there's only no such thing as a little bit pregnant, so what are you talking about?
God, I love that, though. I love that. And then them trying to clean that up afterwards, and then President Harris trying to clean it up the next day.
There was some kid on Joe Pack's show last night who, I forget what, some school in California, one of the universities, they're not allowed to fail. The worst grade you can get is a C. And if the teacher doesn't like your answer, you get a C. You don't get a D or an F.
Unless it's a liberal answer. I mean, unless it's a conservative answer.
Well, no. If the teacher doesn't agree with your answer, whether it's right or wrong, you get a C.
That's interesting.
Please feel free to use promo code Dave, my first name, for 30%.
So your grade is predicated on
whether the teacher likes your answer or not. And if she doesn't like it, it's a C. If she likes
yeah, but but listen, grading based on what your professor likes has been going on forever. I mean that happened when I learned a long time ago what I needed to do. I needed to listen to the lecture and feed it back to them. I didn't give my answer. I gave her. Fuck yeah! I never ever gave my answer.
But if you give your answer and she doesn't like it, she can't fail you.
Okay.
You can only get a C.
Well, that could be good.
So if you take your physics course and you get the answer wrong, boom, you get a C. Even if it's mathematically correct.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Okay, folks, I will read faxes. I mean, I sound like an old fart.
My God.
Text.
It's called a text.
Text. I'm sorry. God, is my age coming to you. Know, that's like saying press conference. You know, it's not a press conference. It's a news conference. Press conference. Nobody uses the press. I mean,
it's pressure.
Anyway,
that's what they call it.
That's stupid. It's a news conference. It's not even news. It's a pontification.
All right,
it's a pontification.
What was it like in the black and white?
57739. You can text to 57739. Okay? Then put Tom in the message, and I will read it. You can also message me on YouTube, and Talib will read it if he's in the mood. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Or you can teletype them at what?
So I want to tell you something. We have open lines now. Some days we have jam lines all the way through. Sometimes we get sporadic openings. So get right through, and I promise I'll take your call. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. You can call 24/7 at 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Joanne, you called and said you had this Decra tile done years ago, 2018, Decra tile, and I think that's a nice product. It's that the granules that you can see on an asphalt roof. Those granules are on top of steel. And then you had a tree fell on your roof recently, and you said you called the same company back. They keep putting you off. And I said, why are you calling the same company? And you thought, well, it's a specialized product. That's why. So let's talk to another roofer to see if it's so specialized or if he knows someone who can do repairs. Jay Brett's Excel Roofing, they do have offices in the Springs, and you're in the Springs. And we also have other roofers down there. Petrali's been there for years. Let's talk to Jay. Jay, welcome to the show, Excel Roofing. Have you heard of this Decra tile?
Good morning, guys. Yeah, we sure have. And Tommy,
where is he? I don't hear him. Is that me, or is he on?
Yeah,
hello?
He's on.
Do I not hear him? Why? I wonder why.
I'm on.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. It's me, Jay. It's not you. Go ahead.
Mark, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead, sir. I had it turned down.
I was going to say, Tommy, you described the product very well. It's a piece of steel it's stamped kind of like with a cookie cutter, and then they glue the granules on top of it. They call it stone-coated steel, and it is a good roof. Like everything, there's no perfect roof, but the Decra is a readily available product, and any roofer should be able to get that and be able to fix that for her. It is a difficult roof to repair, I will say that, and it does tend to be one of the more expensive ones. Like all the super high-end roofs, Decra is going to be expensive.
Joanne?
Yes?
So, almost any good roofer can fix it, he said.
Okay. Will he fix it?
Well, now, Jay, you walked into that one. Excel Roofing in Colorado Springs. No, seriously, Jay, talk about that, though. It's hard sometimes to get roofers to do repairs because they want to do replacements. But you guys, don't you have a repair crew?
We do, Tom, and that's one of the dirty little secrets is that most residential roofing companies, they don't want to mess around with repairs. They take a lot of time, and they're not really profitable. We do everything. We do the repairs, we do the gutters, we do the skylights if people need that. But so yes, we do roof repairs.
I love that. Love that speech. I love that speech. And if elected, I will build your roof back better. Okay, keep going. I'm sorry, Jay.
No roofer has done more in the first year of service than Excel Roofing.
And if anybody encroaches on my roof, I may get angry. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we take care of all that kind of stuff. But the reason that speech is important is because if somebody doesn't want to do repairs and then they completely replace your roof, they're not very good at coming out and fixing leaks and servicing the warranty.
Right.
It all goes hand in hand. You want a company that's going to be able to take care of you after the sale is what's really important. And just like this Decra product that we're talking about, most roofers don't have the qualifications to even work with this stuff.
So, Joanne, Excel Roofing, listen to this. Do you have a different number in the Springs?
It's if she calls to our main office here, that'll be fine.
Okay, 303-761-6400. Suze, make sure she gets that. Jay, on another note, we have not had a lot to do with roofing. No big storms, no big weather. When things are slow, what do the door knockers do? The guys that are usually going around knocking on doors, pressuring people, and then selling those contracts to who knows who. What do they do during these slow times? Do they leave the state? What do they do?
they used to leave the state, Tom, but now it seems like they just hang around. And when the weather is nicer, they'll go out and they'll just start knocking doors. And, it's this fear-mongering is what it is, because they'll tell you, you know what, you should let us go on your roof because we've seen some damage in this area. And a lot of trusting homeowners will say, yeah, sure, go ahead and go up on the roof. And these guys always find damage, whether there's damage or not. What they want to do is they want to get that appointment to meet with the homeowner's insurance company. And you and I know about the whole blank contract thing.
Right.
So the way that these guys, the door knockers, present it is they say, Mr. Homeowner, you need to sign this authorization to allow us to meet with your insurance company. And that part of it might be true, but also what's included is that roofing contract. Then when they get the insurance adjuster out there, they're going to apply so much pressure and do everything they can to get the insurance company to pay for a deal that maybe legitimately shouldn't be paid for. But with the door knockers, it's all a numbers game. If they can get 20 people to let them meet with their adjusters, then hopefully, they can get a couple of those deals to come through. And so that's what they do when they're bored and they don't have a lot of work to do, is they just try to gin up as much business as they can, whether it's legitimate or not. So homeowners should be very aware. If somebody comes by your door, knocking on it, offering a free roof inspection, tell them no thanks. For the most part, unless you see roofing activity going on in your neighborhood, your roof is probably just fine. But if you do have any questions, if you call a legitimate company like Excel Roofing, we're going to come out, we'll do an honest roof inspection, and we never tell people that they should file an insurance claim if they shouldn't. Because
I know.
All that happens.
I agree with you. And thank you, Jay.
On that one, Tom.
No.
You forgot the best part, though.
What's
Jay,
that?
What's the best?
You don't pay a cent till you can get right. No money up front. ExcelRoofing.com, 303-761-6400. All right, so we are talking about all kinds of consumer issues. Today is Car Day. If you have any car issues, Deputy Doc?
I have a nomination for the Sleaze Brigade.
Who is it?
Janelle called yesterday about Mr. Landscape Old and New.
Yes.
$2,500 on a $5,000 contract, and he never showed up. She went to his place of business, and apparently it was boarded up. I've tried to call him multiple times, and he has a voicemail that's not set up. So this guy is gone with the wind. So
Casimiro Reyes.
And I'm nominating him for the Sleaze Brigade.
Oh, my God. There are so many bad people out there. So many. What do you do about it?
Well, all we can
And what about Langoria Landscaping? That's another one.
That was 2 complaints, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Same day.
Yeah, 2 complaints. We got more coming up. I'm Tom Martino. Give us a call, 303-713-TALK.
Yeah, I'm still good doing Paragon, right?
Impact traffic.
So, kill that for a minute. I just need to.
We'll get ready for some slick roadways as snow moves into Denver again this afternoon. I-70 and I-25 all clear right now through the city. I-270 and I-225 are an easy drive. Slow pockets on Parker along Cherry Creek State Park. In the mountains, traction laws eastbound I-70 Silverthorne to Bakerville and westbound between Georgetown and Frisco and from Copper Mountain to Vail. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Snow on the way this afternoon, a high up to 41. Tomorrow and Sunday, sunshine and highs warming up to 52. Then temps drop again next week. Partly cloudy Monday at 42. Snow on Tuesday at 35. Right now it's 29 degrees with your Impact Traffic and Weather. I'm Dustin Ritchie, 630 KHOW.
Discover thousands of dollars in new tax credits and your biggest refund guaranteed with Jackson Hewitt. Schedule an appointment with one of their tax pros to get a head start on your taxes. Go to jacksonhewitt.com to learn more and find a location near you.
Hey, Genesis Total Exteriors, a company you can call for all of your storm damage on one invoice. They do roofing and gutters and siding and windows and doors and decking and outbuildings. And they are putting an emphasis on helping people who've had damages or fringe damages from the fires. They do total home improvements, by the way, inside and out. But if you have an insurance job, call Mark Szymanski, GenesisTotalExteriors.com, 303-679-8509. Now, speaking of damages, what about if you have severe damages and you need a restoration company? Well, my goodness, don't ever just pick up the phone and start dialing or Google search. You're most likely going to get a ripoff. You need someone you can trust, and I can tell you firsthand, American Restoration is the company you can trust. I know Rock, the owner, and his team. They have the certifications you want for everything: the flyer, flood, mold, crime, asbestos, unattended death, meth labs. All that they need, they have, including the experience and the equipment. Of course, the certifications. Now, they have been doing this more than 20 years. Not just removal and remediation, but they can help you rebuild. 8337-AM-REST. Please go with people that you can trust in this terrible field. American Restoration, you can trust. amrest247.com. All right, another field that you need to be careful in is reverse mortgages. I want you to really, really think about reverse loans and think about what you're doing. If you have equity, if you're over 62, the older the better. If you need help with a reverse loan, please go with people I know and trust. ApprovalReverse.com, 303-771-3528. 303-771-3528. That's Joan Sullivan and her team. She'll tell you the truth about loans. And by the way, you're never going to go upside down with a reverse loan. That's just a fact. And in most cases, it'll far outappraise the house over the loan balance. But no matter what, your estate will never be left with a deficiency. ApprovalReverse.com, 303-771-3528.
So, D.C., this is crazy, man. I mean, I know everything's crazy now, but District of Columbia, you have to not only show your vax to go to a restaurant now, you got to show your clear ID that you're fully vaxxed. They take that and they match it up to your driver's license. So they're, you have to prove that it's you. And
Even though the vaccine does nothing
but wait,
to stop the spread.
But it's worse than that. If you want to vote in D.C., you don't, for local shit, you don't even have to show your license. So you got to verify with a driver's license that your vaccine record is yours, but you don't need a ID to vote. Now, how fucked up is that?
Tell Mark I can read lips. He's saying something about how Dave H. is the best person on YouTube.
He's reading the wrong lips. He must be looking in the mirror.
So according to this, performers do not have to show vaccination proof.
Where?
In D.C.
Oh, my God.
It said performers.
Remember Hollywood when everything was shut down? Yep. That poor woman had the business, and they shut her down, her restaurant. But literally next door, they were filming a movie, and people were everywhere next to each other.
It says here, entertainers performing at venues, even though patrons in the same venues will be required to do so.
He doesn't have my smell going.
That's because they're the spokespeople for the damn elite Democrats.
Yeah.
Where's my smell?
Where's it at?
I don't smell it, thank God.
I've got it in my room, though, if anybody needs eucalyptus in their nostrils.
I'm like 100% convinced I got a sinus infection.
This is all he's talked about for the last 16 hours.
You don't men love to whine about their illness.
Shut up. I wasn't whining, I was bragging.
Because they want you to mother them and take care of them.
I do mother him.
Well, then you're just getting
I like the car. The pain can go away, but
I do feel bad for him. He's been struggling a long time.
That's true. Some think it's antibiotics and shut up.
He's getting a CAT scan tomorrow, or a CT scan.
Oh, because he thinks it's from the surgery?
No, well, he thinks he has an infection up here. He was talking to the Water Pros guy and decided, maybe I do need the surgeon had ordered it, but he never got it.
Where's the Water Pro guy?
Stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Kirk, Go ahead, sir. What's going on with you?
Yeah, is this Geraldo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
I still laugh at that, Tom. A giant plug for Petrolli Roofing here in the Springs.
Good.
Those guys rock.
Tell me what happened. You had them with storm damage?
Amazing experience. It was a sale of a home, insurance job. He came in. It was a very complicated situation, and he treated me like we were brothers, and he took care of it from beginning to end. The job was done in a day, and never once did he have his hand out waiting for that check.
Who'd you deal with?
Dave himself.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Dave Petrolli, just an amazing man, courteous, responded every phone call my wife and I made to him, and here in the Springs, you can't go wrong with the guy.
That's good. I'm glad. Thank you. I'm glad that you had a good time with him. Petrolli's a great guy. They've been there a long time. So, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Kevin Calkins with us from Sheridan Auto Tech, and we're talking cars. We haven't had a lot of extra cold weather. We've had some here and there, so we haven't had a lot of major problems probably with the cold. But when it comes to cold, what's the biggest problem people have? Hoses, belts, thermostats, what? Antifreeze, what? What's the biggest problem, if any?
Yeah, they're all, pretty common problems. And the main thing is maintenance. I mean, if you're not changing oil and doing things like that, you get severe cold. It's really hard to get your car running, if you're not keeping up on the oil changes, things like that. So just basic maintenance and just get your car looked at.
And that goes for cold or hot weather.
Yeah.
Obviously. All right, so peeps, you can text the show if you want at 57739, 57739. Put Tom in the message so I know it's from you. And we do have some follow-ups that Deputy Smarty Pants sent me from, I'm trying to find it here. Yeah, there's definitely some, hold on here. Here it is. Okay, now on the mover in Florida, it looks like he's not going to deliver. We thought he was. He responded by text, and it said, please don't, can't keep again, thank you. What the hell does that mean? I mean, this is like broken English. Like, the guy was responding to us, but anyway, we thought maybe Smarty Pants might have luck with this Florida mover who had promised to get a hold of the consumer and promised to deliver and made all kinds of promises. I think he thought Marty was from the government. Really, I do. Anyway, then he stopped answering his phone, and then it went to voicemail. So Marty texted him, and it came back, please don't, can't keep again, thank you.
Wow.
And then it said
some diction.
Oh, please don't contact again. That's what it said. Thank you. Please don't contact again.
What number would people contact him at? I'm just curious.
I gotta find.
I mean, if people wanted to text him to get ripped off, what number would they text?
I gotta find out from Smarty Pants. It doesn't show up here on the text he screenshotted. But people, I have been giving this advice over the last several days on movers. It's just terrible. I mean,
and one guy hates you for it.
Right. I mean, by the way, I just was posting some tips on Nextdoor, and most people, of course, take it and thank me for it and say, hey, this is pretty cool. I've been putting scams up there. But, man, are there some frustrated people on Nextdoor that just hate people in general? I mean, they're nasty.
Trolls.
I didn't know that. I didn't realize what a nasty factor Nextdoor had. No, I know. I'm serious, Mark. I'm sure, like out of nowhere. I'm putting up like tips, and then they say, I hate you. Okay, well, all right.
I'd say maybe half of them have been canned from Facebook already.
And then, yeah, probably. And then one said, you probably don't have enough radio listeners, so you're reaching out. And I didn't even, look, here's the point. How can tips be bad, right? Yeah,
you weren't even going after a particular company.
No.
They were tips like, don't use Florida
and by the way, when it comes to tips, wait till I post the one about down payments. I mean, really, I've gone back over our records. And most all of the ripoffs, most every single one of them. No, Mark, actually, every one of them. I don't have one that's not. Every one of them.
Every one that has to do with a contractor.
Is money up front.
Yeah, and the problem is it's easy to fix. How would you fix it?
No money up front. Or, I say this, people, because I don't want to take away from good guys. Don't pay money up front for nothing. Okay? It's got to be for something. Materials, plans, work beginning, in the beginning stages, whatever. We have more coming up if you want to contribute. 303-713-TALK.
Do you have a picture of that cow? Cow guy. God, that is still the funniest fucking thing I ever saw. Kevin quoted this guy for a carburetor rebuild. He said it's going to be whatever, a couple $100. And then he gets the car in, and he looks at it, and the parts it needs more, so he calls him up and goes, can't do it for $200, but I can do it for $300, whatever it is. And the guy just fucking goes off. Kevin, you didn't charge him a dime. He came and picked it up, didn't have the work done. I mean, it's so mad because after he dug into it
for $300 instead of the $500.
After he got into
based on what I knew, I quoted $300. Once I got into it, I couldn't do it.
So you said,
come on, I need $5 or nothing.
And here's your car.
I put it all back together.
Pull it up again. So he shows up and pickets for like a half hour. But look, he's literally wearing one of those like, look at who's pickle. Look at the cow. It looks like the cow from the chicken place. So he goes out there for a half hour. I wonder if he works for Chick-fil-A and owns the costume.
There really is no way. I wish I could give you better.
God, it's the funniest picketing story I've ever heard in my life. Although the King Supers one the other day is pretty good. One of the guys was breaking all the rules, so the judge, they went to court, and the judge told them they were all trespassing, so they couldn't picket anymore.
They could picket on the sidewalk.
They don't know that. I mean, most those folks are new to the
Secretary of State
union
Anthony
gang.
Blinken met
No,
the Russian foreign minister
you can't pick it on.
They're going to end up
no property anywhere.
There's a lot of them not participating in the strike. I mean, like more than I think there
It's
is.
already settled.
Oh, it is?
Tentatively today.
So who gave in or both? Or?
They haven't said.
I think they came to some sort
It was the worst looking strike I've ever seen on TV. There's like 4 people out front. And I'm like, who's that going to deter? And next thing I know, they're not even allowed on the property.
Well, some of them were.
No, they're not allowed to pick it on private property.
But they're also not allowed to confront or block customers.
That's what the guy got in trouble
they're
for.
doing. Yes. But you see, my girlfriend, she likes to walk to King Supers because it's about a mile from our house.
She won't do it.
3/4 of a mile. No, she did, not knowing. But I mean, it's not like she just get back in her car and go somewhere else.
I was
So she apologized to them and explained, and the one lady got in her face. Really? Yeah.
I'll tell you,
one of the other
if someone did that to me at the picket line, I'd be pretty pissed.
Yeah, I was kind of pissed when I heard that.
There's no reason. That part, I think, is irrelevant. I mean, you know.
But it's like, you know, it's...
Listen, I think their average employee, what was it, 18? 18 to 20? And they have health and they have other stuff. I'm like, I didn't realize that was bad. Let's put it that way.
No, there's some retirement, some other stuff.
Oh, there's always
Contract
something.
stuff. It's time to try to get you.
What I don't like, though, is that means my groceries are going to be even higher than they were. But according to Joe,
Finding great
it's all transitory.
can be like
It's not going to be happening.
So it turns the end.
Post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along.
Oh,
which is why
what time can Miles show up tomorrow? The weather's good. What time do you think?
/work. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates
I
finding you.
always
It
get up and
finds
look.
them for you.
I don't think
Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actually invites them to apply to your job. You
I
get
don't, but if the weather's good, you're
interested
good.
in fixing
So
it.
while
He's not
some
interested
companies
in
deliver a lot of hay,
No, yeah, I mean, no.
finds you what you're looking for. The needle
I
in the
told him
haystack.
if he really enjoys it and likes it, I'll pay for it.
employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a
But I want to make sure he enjoys it.
ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter.
It might not happen tomorrow, man.
At ZipRecruiter.com/work.
Okay. Sunday looks all right. I just whatever works for. Well,
You know what?
he can't go
I don't
Sunday. He can only go Saturday. He's off. We'll just see what it goes on.
What time does he have any afternoons off during the week?
No. He's got mornings off, but that ain't any good for you. So. Oh, sometimes like Sunday, he might be able to do it before work. Actually, I didn't think of that. He goes in at 1 o'clock generally.
Marty says a legit mover wants to argue with Tom. Why doesn't that mover come on the show?
Well, because he doesn't know how to formulate an argument. His argument is, you suck.
No, but
I answered back,
one
maybe
mover
not
said,
legit.
everything you say is false. And he said, I never do blah, blah. And I said, okay, so I'm happy you're doing it right.
But
That
there's a
doesn't
lot of
mean-
people.
That doesn't mean everything I'm saying is false because I have hundreds of documented cases. I mean,
Oh, you just tune in any given week, you'll hear
Well,
one
you're
or
the
two movers.
exception. Thanks for the rule.
Yeah, but really, it's funny if you think about it. He says none of that's true. It might not be true
no,
for
he
him.
actually says 100% false.
Yeah, that's even worse.
This report is
100%
sponsored by
false. How do you figure that?
Not even Sleepy Joe's 100%.
They're still fucking talking about January 6th. How long are they going to be doing that?
Well, what else are they going to talk about? Are they going to be talking about Ukraine, which Russia's probably ready to invade, but just a little bit? A small invasion?
Yeah, she's only partway pregnant.
I love the small invasion.
Tomorrow and Sunday, sunshine.
Can you imagine being that press secretary, that poor woman? Holy shit, man. I used to feel really bad for Trump people because, I mean, basically they would stand up and get rocks thrown at them for an hour. But this woman is the opposite. Anytime he talks or goes somewhere, he's got to play cleanup and literally say what he was supposed to say.
Match your job description. Visit
But nobody gives them a hard
Indeed.com/credit.
time except Fox.
That was a pretty that press conference. It was nothing like a Trump one, but those were the hardest questions I'd fucking ever seen him ask.
It's something with his answer. She just kind of like,
God, you just go. When he said the best one was he alluded to where he didn't overpromise. Remember, he said the vaccine would be gone and all this shit.
No, the virus.
The virus would be gone. He didn't He said, no, I didn't overpromise. In fact, I think I overdelivered. You just go, did he just fucking say that? The woman just said, you know, Afghanistan didn't go good. Inflation is everywhere. You said inflation was going to go away. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, there wasn't inflation. Oh, and when there finally was inflation, it wasn't him, but it was people in his party that said, what? Inflation is a rich person's problem. I'm going, it is so opposite. It's an extra buck for gasoline ain't going to break anybody in this world.
You gotta look up Google. You have to Google the Time magazine cover.
Aren't they friendly to him?
Remember when Trump was going to get us into World War III and get us all killed? Funny how nobody says anything about Uncle Joe marching us into war. This is wild.
Oh, man. That is pretty good, actually. I got to zoom in and see what the books are called, or the binders. Is Time online? I mean, do they actually deliver it?
It's the Troubleshooter Show.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. And Sentry Rv Well, it's Sentry RV, 303-453-1111, or sentryrv.com, or exit 240 and I-25 along that frontage road. You'll get the best deals on RVs, new and used, and great trades. In fact, if you just want to sell your RV, they want to buy it. They're also building a big, beautiful service and sales center up there at I-25, just south of exit 240 on frontage road. SentryRV.com. Welcome. Let's talk to Fernando. He has a comment on paying money up front. What I've said was 100% of the contractor problems, 100% of them, has been when people paid money up front or paid money ahead of the work being done. Go ahead, Fernando.
Hey, Tom, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Good. Well, me and my dad owns a contracting company, and sometimes the homeowner wants to pay money up front just to make sure that we're there. But what we do with that little bit of, it's not much, but we'll throw it on the warranty and we'll string it out maybe a year and a half for the materials that they decide to use on particular jobs.
I guess I don't understand what you're talking about. So if they paid, let's say, $5,000 up front, what do you do with that $5,000?
That much.
How much?
Well, it can be that much. I was thinking more like 500.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not even talking about that, Fernando. If people want less than $1,000 down, I think that's fine. I would never even give it a second thought.
Okay, but also at the same time, it needs to be said that it's not for the work that's going to be done. It's going to be not necessarily for the work that's going to be done, but for the work that might have to be done in the future, like in doing repairs, touch-up paint, going back, fixing a couple cracks.
But what does that have to do with I don't understand with the money up front, though. I don't get it. So if you take a deposit of...
It would cover it would be like a warranty. Like they would actually pay for...
I think he's saying the money he gets, he puts in an account on the side for that type of work.
Yeah, but whatever he gets up front should go toward the job. I mean... Well,
it's going to go towards the job. At the same time, they wouldn't have to pay for my time going out there and fixing it. Like it would be, at that point, it would be already paid for.
Okay, I understand what you're.
Sounds like he charges in advance, which is fine for issues that generally arise on certain kind of jobs. So he builds it into the price, and if he does need to go out and do warranty work, he's kind of already been paid.
All right.
He's also saying that
He's
also saying that he sets it aside.
Yeah. Well, here's one good thing. If you don't demand a lot of money up front, there's not a big problem. But I would try to pay the money up front. If I had to pay money up front, don't pay a lot, and I do it by credit card, then you can contest the charge and get the money back. Credit card is a safe way to make money down. Credit cards. Because then you can... not cash advance on a credit card, but a credit card charge to the company. But if they want a check or a cash advance, I'd be very suspect. And they say things like, well, I need to go buy materials. Well, then I'd say, I'll pay for those materials when they're delivered. I mean, in fact, material suppliers should not mind giving credit to somebody for materials that are delivered to a home. Since the material, if the material is delivered to your home, then they have the right to lien your home, the material supplier. If the material supplier delivers to the contractor and the contractor takes it to your home, the material supplier is going to have a tough time liening your home. So I think there's a number of ways you can protect yourself. You have materials delivered, pay for materials. If the guy wants to mark up materials, fine. You pay for materials. He can have the markup in his bid. I mean, there's just got to be a better way. But paying money for nothing, what does that mean? You sign up with a painter or a contractor, and he says, I'm going to need $500 down, or I'm going to need, let's say, a big job. I'm going to need $5,000 down, $2,000 down, $3,000 down. We've had people give $16,000 and $17,000 down on landscaping and stuff. And I would never, under any circumstances, put that much money down. I just wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. Now, there are ways you can set up escrow accounts. There's credit card payments. There's ways to do it. But putting down that much money is foolhardy. You can't, and it's not even a matter of trust. Even if you trust a company, putting down a lot of money puts you at severe risk. If that person gets sick, if that person gets in financial difficulty, no matter what.
How about if they get hit by a bus and they're dead?
Exactly. You are in trouble. There's nothing you can do about it. And every day I hear about people who have paid money up front and the contractor did little or no work or poor quality work, and there's nothing they can do about it. And by the way, no one prosecutes. That's the dirty little secret. No one does it.
You know, if you build a custom home, you're always going to deal with a bank or some form of trust account. They'll come out, they'll inspect it, and they'll pay the contractor as they go. There must be smaller companies that do like $5,000 and $10,000 trust accounts. I mean, actual bank accounts or an attorney, but maybe not because it would cost too much.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Today is car day if you have any car issues, and I'm taking both texts to the show. If you want to text, let me go there. And also, you can also, here's a text, what is a good credit card to have, taking into consideration annual fees and cash back?
I know the answers to that better than anybody in the world.
Why is that?
Just because I know every credit card and all the rewards.
Well, Bankrate.com does a great job at listing them. I mean, there are many websites that absolutely list every single deal out there, and you just pick one. But what do you like?
Well, it depends what I'm doing. So for gasoline, and we purchase a lot of gasoline, I like Sam's Club. 5% back. If you gas up at Sam's Club, it's even cheaper. And if you're a Walmart's Plus member, then it even gets cheaper. That's the best gas one. The best.
Okay, but hold on. What's the interest on Sam's?
I pay it off. I have no idea. I could care less.
Okay, but a lot of people, if they carry balance, that's one type of card. If they don't carry balance, that's another type of card.
I agree with that wholly. I'm saying the best cash back, though. I mean, that is...
Okay, so go ahead.
And then the second one would be Capital One, 2% back on the Spark card, and that's on any purchase. Same with the Venture card, Spark cards for businesses. And then the Saver card, which you should get because you eat out a lot, then you're looking at 5% back at dining and anything like movie theaters, shows, any kind of entertainment. And then everything else on the Saver card is 1% back, or 1%. So if you have multiple, you use them for what you're doing. Some give you great food kickbacks. Others give you great gasoline kickbacks.
Okay. And so as far as annual fees, people, a lot of people rather take the higher rate than annual fees because they pay off their balances every month and they're not going to be charged interest. And so if you pay off your balance, you don't care what the rate is. You don't want to pay you don't want to pay a yearly fee.
Here's an example. We both have Spark cards for our businesses, so 2% back. So let's say you do all your business stuff and you do a lot. You could easily get, I think I probably typically get $4,000 or $5,000 back, but it costs me $300 a year to have the card. Who cares? I'm still getting $4,700 a year back.
No, when you look at the differential, that's certainly true. 303-713-TALK. We got more coming up.
303 Martino as well. 303-627-8466.
Do you, will they let you these days, like with Napa and other places, can you use a card or they want to check?
Well, you can, but you get rebates. And if you use a card, they take 2% off your rebate. So.
Yeah, okay. It's a wash.
I was going to say, when Fernando called, why should you have to pay to fix things that should have done properly?
I don't know.
Well, he's not saying that. He's saying he builds that into the price. At least I think.
No. He's saying if I have to come back, the $500 is going to pay for me to come back.
Yes.
TheArtOfGranite.com is a place to go to look at countertops because TheArtOfGranite.com does all kinds of countertops. Even though the name says granite, they can do quartz and marble and quartzite and any other stone or man-made material. They tear out and haul away free. They do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. And they give prices on the phone, 303-386-5919. Get your price at theartofgranite.com, 303-386-5919.
You know, I just found out in my life that these public adjusters out there are like door knockers when hailstorms come. We have them coming in from California, New York, because of the fires in Boulder, of course. But they're going to be gone. They don't know this market. You want someone that's local. You want someone that you trust. And you want someone, frankly, that's been on the referral list and will fight for every single dime with your insurance company. That's Matt with Paragon Services. 719-726-0020. If you've been affected, call them. Free advice. 719-726-0020.
Puerto Rico is the new go-to destination for investment opportunities, and Impeller is the new online tool that connects investors with innovative projects seeking capital on the island. Impeller takes the guesswork out of investing in Puerto Rico, surfacing the insights you need to make informed decisions and empower your investment portfolio. Visit investpr.org/impeller and set up your account today to see what the island has to offer. Impeller, your hub for investment opportunities in Puerto Rico. Powered by Invest Puerto Rico.
Ring in the new year with NeoU, the game-changing fitness app with real-time coaching, daily live workouts with friends, and thousands of on-demand classes like strength, boot camp, yoga, and more. Right now, get a 50% lifetime discount and pay just $3.99 per month when you sign up by January 31st. That's a lifetime 50% discount on your NeoU subscription, plus a 60-day free trial to kickstart your 2022 fitness routine. Get started now at neoufitness.com. That's neoufitness.com.
This is Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans, and we're always looking forward in the new year, and we've got something else for you to look forward to. Increased loan amounts. That's right, you can now borrow more money whether you're buying or refinancing and still access the lowest available interest rate in the market. To find out more, call Ideal Home Loans today, 303-867-7000, or you can apply online at idealhomeloans.com. Equal Opportunity Lender, regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
Watching TaxSlayer calculate your refund feels like climbing to the apex of a roller coaster.
Here we go!
And flying down the track. At maximum refund speed. File for free with TaxSlayer Simply Free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply.
The loan amount, holy shit, 238,123,123.
Give him a good rate.
Oh my God, I'm still adding zeros. No, I'll give him a great rate. 238,123,123.
With everything,
30-year fixed. A 30-year fixed at 3.74%.
A 30-year fixed on what?
Like, how much do you think? So you take a mortgage out on the $238,000 million condo. A 30-year fixed at 3.74%. What do you think your monthly payment was? $1,100,865. Boy, you better have some fucking cash flow.
No, but they wouldn't.
No way. And then, like Kevin said, let's give them a great rate. Let's give them 1%, man. That's free money, basically. $765,000 a month.
Learn more at jacksonhewitt.com.
It's just pocket change for those guys.
I know, isn't that ridiculous, man?
It is.
As we get into it later on this afternoon, 1 to 4 inches.
Oh, fuck. It's that sleety shit. I'm just glad I didn't drive my car today. My car does not like snow.
Is it four-wheel drive, Mark?
No, it's all-wheel drive.
It is all-wheel drive?
What's your Jeep?
No, my Genesis.
Yeah,
Or other shit, man. I put real snow tires on. I don't fuck around anymore, man. I go all snows. I know it's costly, but shit.
Yep.
So it's a curb.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Frank Duran, the real estate man. Call him for free market valuations of your home. 303-920-1622. 920-1622. What is evaluation? How does it differ? It's not an appraisal. It takes into consideration comps and sales and this market and everything else, but what it will probably sell for, and many times it's above the appraisal. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Today is car day. We have Kevin Calkin with us. It's kind of a sleepy day. If you have any problems, give us a call, and we'd love to talk about anything going on in your life. Now, we do have some stuff here, and this is one that I don't understand as far as why people care. But what do you think the city with the most dog trainers per capita is? What do you think? Dog trainers. Now,
New York.
No, the most number of dog trainers.
Yeah, I would have thought New York City.
L.A. San Diego is tied for New York for second place. And then Riverside, California. They're all the California. San Francisco, California. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. San Francisco, California is fourth because we have two tied for second. So first, second, third, fourth. Fifth is Denver per capita. Chicago is next. Then Phoenix. Actually, I don't know if this is per capita. I think, let's see. Oh, the highest concentration, I don't know, of dog trainers. It may or may not be. But have you noticed, though, how much lately, in Denver especially, but whenever we travel, people love their dogs. I mean, dogs are really way more popular, I think, now than ever. Don't you think?
Yeah, a lot of got picked up during COVID, man. A lot of people have pets for the first time.
And it almost seems like everything is a doodle of some kind.
Do you like cats?
I love cats.
I do too, man. We have
I love all animals.
3 cats and 2 dogs, and I love every one of them.
But I'm telling you, man, some of the most popular TikToks or Reels or Facebook or Instagram, all of these posts have to do with pets or pets and kids.
Did you see the Mancoon pictures that came out yesterday? This Mancoon is bigger than a bobcat, man. It is absolutely huge. You would think that it's like photoshopped, but it is the real deal. It's the largest Mancoon that they've ever seen. You had a Mancoon, didn't you?
Yeah, I think they're Maine Coons. I don't know. It might be Mancoons.
No, I think you're right, Maine Coon.
I don't know. But yeah, I had one, and they're beautiful cats. But there's another kind of a cat though that is really tall. I've just learned about it last year or the year before. They're really tall and part wild. And in some jurisdictions, you can't have them. They're not bobcats or like lions, but they have real long legs. What the hell's the name of them? They're just a big, giant cat. But you're showing me that Maine Coon. Is that real?
I swear to God, that's real. I didn't think so. It is on every legitimate source.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
Have you ever seen anything like that?
We ought to have Talib post that on our feed.
My German Shepherd would probably run away from that thing.
You want to know what the most popular dog breeds are?
Well, they have to be some kind of doodle.
No, the first one is Labrador Retrievers. Second, believe it or not, is French Bulldogs. And those
come on. So in the whole country? Are you sure?
According to the AKC. You can't get much better than that.
Well, hold on. That's probably in registrations. Is that dog ownership? That might be in registrations.
It just says most popular dog breeds.
Okay, could be. Wow.
The German Shepherd is 3. Golden Retrievers are 4. And regular Bulldogs are 5.
What?
Look, I can't believe French Bulldogs. They're so ugly. But people love them.
Well, they're hard to... Okay, I don't think they're ugly. It's all in a matter. What about regular Bulldogs? Now, I hear regular Bulldogs have a lot of health problems.
Number 5.
Look at the size of this breed.
That's not true, Mark. That's not true. I mean, some of these Photoshop. You know, that's the problem with photography these days. You have beautiful, pictures, right? And the first thing you think of is not, wow, what a beautiful photo somebody took. You think, is it real? That's what Photoshop has done to real photography. It's almost like, why bother with beautiful photography anymore? Because people say, well, that's not real. And I don't even know how you prove if something's real. But anyway, Suze, Dream style remodeling.
I'm trying to help a lady who works all day and can't come on the air.
Okay, what about dream style remodeling?
And
don't they do kitchens and bathrooms only, right?
I think we've had calls on them.
This particular job is a guest bathroom remodel to make it ADA compliant. So basically, Tom, she gets a quote on August 14th of last year. They said 6 to 8 weeks to start the job. She said fine.
They do shower and baths, right, mainly?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
So then, August 14th, 6 to 8 weeks, they set a date to come out on November 26th, but the flooring hadn't arrived by then, so they rescheduled her. They rescheduled her for December 4th. The guy showed up and said, "Where's the flooring?" She said, "We thought you guys had it." And he said, "We thought you had it here at the house." So they left and said they'd try to go get the supplies. She didn't hear back after several hours, and then she called and they said, "Sorry, they're not coming back today. We'll have to reschedule again." So that following Monday, maybe like the 7th or 8th of December, she said, "Look, I just want to cancel the job. Give me my deposit back of $700. They said, "Oh no, you're going to reschedule and have us do the job, or you're going to pay us the full contract of $9,800. What does she do? Can they do that to her?
No. Well, I mean, she can't come on the air. We ought to get somebody working on this.
She works all day and said she just could not come on the air. I tried to work it 10 different ways with her. If you have questions, though, I can get answers. But can they hold her to that after so many rescheduling dates?
No, I don't think so. No, that's unconscionable.
Can they hold her deposit at least of $700?
A lot depends on her contract. Did she send along her contract?
I don't know. I'll see if I have it. If not, I'll get it.
You know, we're having more and more of these issues with reschedules and delays. People, when you have a contract for home improvements, it's very important you put some kind of time schedule in there. Really. I mean, especially a start date, on or around. Okay? It doesn't have to be exact, but on or around. So that's really, really important. So many people don't even have a start date. And then they don't have a finish date. And then there should be some penalties. But above all, and I hate to say this, you're safest not putting money down. No money for nothing. Now, if you're in business and you want to talk about that or dispute it, please call me. But I believe that money down is a high risk now. You have a comment, Mark. Do you know the name of that cat? I was talking about these tall, wild, semi-wild cats that people are domesticating.
Abyssinian. Yep. There's 5 levels of that cat, and it's called a Savannah.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. The Savannah. Absolutely. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. How do you know about them?
Well, we've been looking. My wife and I have been looking for a cat. We have cats now. We've had dogs in the past.
Mark, you got to Google Savannah cats.
They look like Bengals.
Man, are they?
Yeah, Bengal is completely different. You'll see a Bengal looks like, and they're a lot smaller, even though there are bigger versions of a Bengal.
Now, are Savannahs good? Are they good house cats? Because some of them are so damn big. They're definitely as big as a dog. Some of them.
It really depends on their amount of the wild cat, the serval that is within them. F4 and F5 out of the 5 versions are the only 2 legal in Colorado, and as far as I know, there are several counties that don't allow any of them.
So you're saying F is in Frank. So tell me what the F rating means.
Oh, I see.
I can't explain it all that much other than the F4 and F5 are the 2 lowest versions that have the most domestic house cat in them.
Oh, so an F1 would be pretty wild.
Yep.
Yeah,
so Google some videos or some YouTube videos on Savannahs and they're pretty wild.
They really are, and those cats are crazy.
Yeah, F1 looks like something out of the wild, and then the F5 looks like, one of the cats I have at home.
Now, do you know of anybody who has a cat?
Not know anybody that has
a Savannah.
Has
Man,
one.
I'd love to know someone who has a Savannah and ask about him.
Wouldn't you be afraid though that F1 would just get irritated someday and eat you? I mean, Cats don't care.
Not necessarily eat you, but scratch the hell out of you.
Well, have you ever seen a cat torture a mouse? I mean, they'll make sure it lives and torture it for hours and then kill it.
But, man, some of these savannas are so big, I cannot believe it. I mean, they come up to somebody's knees, you know. They're big, and then they're long.
They're gorgeous.
So are you going to get one?
That's what we're talking about right now. We have an elderly, a smaller cat, and we're thinking of that. Yes.
Are they good house pets?
The F4s and F5s have to be, because there's so much domestic cat in it. The top three have to live your life around the cat, I think, and we're not interested in that.
In the F1, 2, and 3, they're too wild. We got more coming up. 303-713-8255. I'd like to hear from someone with the most unusual pet.
Damn. I had no idea.
Cats and I have a hate-hate relationship.
Cats
are like me.
They have no loyalty. They're not like dogs.
Yeah, why would you want a pet that doesn't listen to you?
I just like them wandering around. They'll come up when they want to get petted, and
Well,
if you ever call them, they just simply won't come because
Yeah,
you
so
want
why
them
would
to.
you want a pet that doesn't care about you?
I just like them.
Jeff
My
Cook
dogs keep them in check.
Jeff Cook wants to fight you about calling
French
Bulldogs ugly. He said he's like
Everyone, they
are.
I'm allowed to express an opinion. It's not a
but
fact.
you gotta pay the price for them.
What people will say is they're so ugly they're cute.
Any pet that poops in their house is not a good pet.
Absolutely.
Well, that's why you
But it's a
train.
cat.
Yeah, but cats they shit in the litter box.
Yeah,
Well,
but
it's in
then
your house, though.
But it
Well,
always,
that's true.
but it's
All I have
There's
to say
there's
is
litter
that
boxes
I
that
had
are
a
so
cat.
automated, it's crazy.
I had a cat once. I took the litter box. Once he got to the litter box, I
On the
decided he
toilet.
wanted to
Put it
use
outside?
it. No. First I set it under an open window. Then I set it outside the open window.
Corescans.com. That's without an E, C-O-R. Scans.com can save your life. It's a $189 test that you pay, the most accurate low-cost diagnostic method for diagnosing heart disease and risk of stroke. And now they can also see aneurysms with another type of scan with the same equipment. Aneurysms in the making. Think about what you can do. Look inside your body for a low-cost diagnostic, and then save your life. There are people who have had surgeries to fix the aneurysm. Now, if you have soft plaque,
it's even easier. There are medications to stop and reverse it. Don't think not knowing is better. Not with today's advances in medicine. And use this diagnostic tool. Corescans.com. A quick 15-minute scan. Keep your clothes on, non-invasive. 720-740-2663. You know, you hear me talking about retirement. You hear me talking about savings. One of the strategies I love is called Become the Banker. It's one of the tools you should have. It's a good idea. What it is life insurance. Now, you get it as big or as small as you want, because the purpose is not so much the life as it is the cash value. You overfund it on purpose, above and beyond the premium, on purpose. And the extra money grows tax-free for you. You can actually borrow from it for cars, college, vacations. Then you pay that money back with interest that goes to yourself. That's why it says become the banker. That's what you're in essence doing, becoming your own banker. So you borrow through your life and then use it for retirement when it builds up. BecomeTheBanker.org for more information.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed effortlessly adjusts and responds to both of you. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Don't miss our weekend special. Save $1,000 on the Sleep Number 360 Special Edition Smart Bed, plus special financing. Ends Monday. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
I I should have had Done Right do it. Don't be that person that says this after ordering your remodeling project, right, Dad?
You've got that right, Todd. Hi, folks. Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Simply put, we make people happy. Ever since the 80s, we've proven ourselves by being picky. Tell the folks, Todd.
Well, there's only one way we'll resurface cabinets. 1/4 inch, glued and nailed. Replacement kitchens, only custom-built cabinets by our own people for a fabulous look. Bathrooms, you can count on the tried-and-true Done Right bathroom renovation system. And windows and entry doors? Dad, how about your 2 cents worth?
Well, it starts with a quality window or door, yes, but I'm here to tell you that preparation, installation, and finish are exactly why they'll be able to join those that say, Done Right, did right by me. So folks, whether it's kitchens, baths, counters, or floors, or even replacement windows and doors, as always, you have our word. We'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. Actual Pi customer.
Workers' comp can crush a small business. Every year it would jump 5, 10, 15, 20%, even though there was never any claims. And that's where I was struggling as a growing business.
That's Mike Lozier, owner of Gutter Plumber, a small business in New Jersey. A while back, Mike found his workers' comp costs rising. Luckily, he discovered Pi Insurance.
From start to finish, it was extremely easy. They quickly came back to me with a plan that was affordable for me.
Are you overpaying for workers' comp? Just go to trypi.com, share a few details about your business, and you could save up to 30% with no hassle or hidden fees. Like Mike, we think you'll be glad you did.
I'm very happy that I moved over to Pi for my workers' comp so that I can grow my company while not breaking the bank.
Find out how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent or get a quote at trypi.com. That's trypie.com.
Happy New Year from K&H Home Solutions, celebrating 2022 with 35% off Provia windows and doors. Make your home more comfortable and save energy too. Provia windows and doors are recognized by the Department of Energy for their excellence, and now you can enjoy the benefits at 35% off. Only from K&H, Provia's #1 independent dealer in Colorado. Online at khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com.
Affected by the wildfire? Learn how to avoid common mistakes when dealing with your insurance company. Attend Adjusters International's free webinar series, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Strictly educational, nothing being sold. Learn how to educate yourself. Learn how to prepare, submit, and optimize your insurance claim. 30-minute presentations followed by Q&A. Visit us at ai-mdc.com or call us at 800-248-3888. That's 800-248-3888.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on backyard favorites like grill-ready hamburgers and fresh-picked strawberries? Then shop at King Soopers. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the King Soopers app, where you can find personalized coupons.
Yeah, you should. I thought you had the gold too. You should get the gold, man.
I'm going to do that this afternoon.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Don't forget your free insurance checkup at Compass Insurance Group, and it's really important, especially, every 2 to 3 years. They look at all your insurance and see if they can increase your coverage or decrease your premium or help you out, or if you have the right coverage, and it's all free. It's a free insurance checkup. Compass Insurance Group. You can find them at 303-996-9000. So we have lines open today, and it's a rare day of open lines. So if you want to get in, you can get right through with any problem, question, or complaint, especially car-related questions. But we'll take anything at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. One of the things we're talking about are unusual house pets. The Savannah cat is unbelievable. They come in basically a few varieties. They have a purebred Savannah, which is basically a domesticated cat. Then they have an F3, F2, F1. As you go lower in the F number, the more wild you get, the crossbreeding. For example, an F1 Savannah cat is damn near a wild animal. It's very difficult, and the litter sizes are small, so they resemble wild cats, and they look like them. They look like something out of the forest or jungle. That's an F1. They can run $16,000 on the low end. $16,000. The F2 goes anywhere from $6,000 to $10,000. The F3 is $3,000 to $5,000. And then the more domesticated one, the most domesticated one, which is a purebred Savannah, is $1,500 or more. So, but people love having exotic pets and exotic dogs. But in general, pets have exploded. Pet ownership has exploded since COVID. And people love, of course, puppies have exploded during the shut-in. People had puppies. They figured they were going to be home. They could stay home to house train them. And they became very, very popular. 303-713-TALK is our number, 713-8255. Dan wants to know about his 2011 Nissan Altima. The battery's dead and can't get in. Oh, wait a minute. So when the battery's dead...
The key's not unlocking the door. The key's not unlocking the door. The battery is dead. How do I get into the car? I talked to your locksmith up in Boulder. He said it should be able to work with the mechanical lock to unlock it, but it is not working. I've tried.
But Dan, first of all, then you have figured out how to get the key out of the fob, right? It's hidden in the fob. There's a key hidden.
Yes,
okay.
I did all that. Yeah.
And then there's also a hidden lock in many, like the Mercedes has a hidden lock that you have to lift a plastic cover to find where to put the key. So you found where to put the key. Is that right?
Yes, I put it into the driver's side door, but it is not unlocked.
Right, because it doesn't work like a normal key where you just turn it and it unlocks it. It has to be finagled almost, and it's almost like a bad key in a lock where you have to finagle it and push the button or pull the latch. However the latch works, you almost have to jiggle it a little and it'll click. My Mercedes is just like it. You put it. You first got to remove the cap. You got to put the mechanical one in there. You got to hold on to it, and then you got to kind of finagle it. That's the word I use. And then eventually you click that and it pops open. You've tried that?
I've tried everything. In fact, I even talked to your locksmith in Boulder.
Yeah.
He said it should have worked to putting it into the door and it should unlock, but I am not getting any way of getting
Oh, man. And Jeff in Boulder, that locksmith, he's really good. City Lock, I think it is. He's real.
Sometimes you can spray some WD or some silicone or something in the lock cylinder.
You tried that too? Holy crap. So that key is not working at all.
To the outside. And even hot water to see if that would warm up the tumblers inside. And I've even tried that. So
No, this is a mystery, Dan. You need to hold on. This is a mystery that we would like to explore. I know we'll find an answer somewhere, so hold on. But Jeff said up at City Lock, it should have worked.
Correct.
Does that car have a lock for the trunk, or is that not?
No, it does not. I wish it
Like,
did.
yeah.
I can go through the back seat and get into the car, but no, it does not.
Wow. Hold on. If anybody has had a Nissan, this is a 2011, he says his key is not working. I wonder if the key is wrong. Is the key actually wrong for that car and was put into that fob mistakenly? And if you have another fob, have you tried pulling out another key? We'll come back to that and more coming up.
Lisinopril.
Lisinopril, no.
Lisinopril?
Yeah, what about it?
Lisinopril causes, let me tell you why I couldn't do lisinopril.
Dry cough.
Yes.
They told me that's the biggest thing.
It's terrible.
I haven't had it.
I couldn't stand it.
So that's mine. If with the gold membership, it's 91 cents a month. So I pay 91 cents a month. Isn't it? What is yours? I'll look it up. Do you know the name of it?
Losartan.
How do you spell that?
Hold on, I'll tell you the exact.
LAR.
What's it called, Tom?
Losartan. It's not. It's a mixture of Losartan. It's not the exact. I'll show you.
Yeah.
Hold on one sec. I'll give it. What do I have to do here?
With low-cost Medicare prescription copays at Walgreens.
I took Losartan for a while. I had no problems. It's, some people get that. Some people, they're always strange things. It's like people who sleepwalk on Ambien.
You know, when you are looking
for
a
a
loan,
loan, you should go for an ideal home loan. What makes it ideal? Well, here's the bottom line. What makes it ideal is a direct mortgage lenders with an interest rate guarantee. So if you close today or tomorrow or whenever, you get a 2-year guarantee that if rates go down by just 0.75%, they will refinance you free of charge. That alone is a reason to use them. But how about this? Whenever you do refi or close, you can pick whatever term you want for your loan. It doesn't have to be 15 or 30. You can pick whatever you want in between and still get the low rates. You can also do cash out if you need to pay off high interest debt. Or you can just lower your term or lower your rate. And they have credit optimization, which is perhaps one of the best deals. You're approved, but they go further to tweak your credit free and quickly in order to get you better pricing. Ideal Home Loans. For your next ideal home loan, 303-867-7000. Now, let's talk about Sentry Rv. Yes, I did say they will buy your used RVs because they're very aggressive in buying, paying great prices, and then selling new and used. If you're looking for an RV, whether it's a motorhome, a travel trailer, or a fifth wheel, go see them up at exit 240 and I-25. That's the turnoff to Longmont. And they're on Frontage Road right there, south of that exit. SentryRV.com, 303-453-1111.
Name
It's just, I'm looking right now. I had to wait.
I don't know what you pay for your other one, but look at that one. Look at that top price.
Yeah, let me see. Oh, I pay about $8.
Okay.
But hold on. I think it's about 8 last time I checked, but I'm trying to find the actual name of it. Oh, it used to be regular Losartan. Now it's Telmisartan.
How do you spell it?
T-E-L-M-I-S-A-R-T-N. So it's Telmisartan.
Got it. Does it have the HCTZ as well?
No. Just plain Telmisartan.
It's more expensive. Oh, no, wait, hold on. How many megs? Or meg?
80.
Okay, 80, 30 tablets, $13.
On the gold plan?
Yep.
So maybe I'm paying more than this one because the 8 was the other one.
Let me see what if you do 90 days of that. Always drops the price. Not sure where I do that. Oh, right here.
I'm going to join.
Okay, here you go. Check it out. So, King Supers, 90-day supply. So, 3 months, $20.
Wow. So, Mark,
That's great.
So, Mark,
well, like I said, mine's 91 cents.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but going down from.
I'm doing this. Good RX.
Gold.
I'm going to join.
The easiest way is, well, you can do it online, but really you want to get the app on your phone because when you go in, you got to show them the coupon. Once you show it to them once, it keeps it. But that other one I was talking about wasn't this. What do you pay for this? The name of it's at the top.
Oh, pretty cheap.
$10?
Yeah, I don't know actually. I don't remember the exact price.
And that if you went 90 days.
Yeah, I'm going to join.
So that on 90 days brings it, oh, that's dirt cheap.
Mark, the app is called Good RX.
Yeah, so 3 divided by 17.
Oh, wait, I think I have Good RX.
You probably do, but you're not, you got to.
Right, now I got to activate it. Right. So hold on. No, I don't. I'm going to, oh yeah, here's Good RX. So now what do? I just go in and become a member? Yeah.
Gold member. You have it on your phone, the app.
I'm on the app.
Yeah, somewhere you
Upgrade.
can join.
Upgrade is called.
There it is. So really, that one we were just talking about is $5.66 a month if you get 3 months at a time. I just don't understand how they do it. I don't understand the business plan, man. And then this blows me away too. So that particular one, if you go to CVS Pharmacy, it's $244 with the coupon. If you go to King Supers, it's $5.66. You just go, what the fudge?
Pharma.
God, it's crazy. You know how pissed I'd be at myself if I dropped $250, got home and saw a coupon for $4? It is big pharma. People don't know.
I'm Tom Martino,
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So Bill might have a fix for the Nissan. Let's see. What's going on, Bill? What do you think? He has a Nissan Altima 2011. He says when he takes the key out of the key fob and puts it in the door, it won't open the door, and his battery's dead. He can't get in.
All right, we had the same thing on a Lincoln, like MKZ or MKX, whatever the Lincoln is. We did not have a key. Battery was dead, so the door panel would not work. We were able to lay under the front of the vehicle with a coat hanger, reach up and pop the hood so that we could then hook jumper cables to it.
Whoa!
Now,
you got wait. So you absolutely? How did you do that? So you got underneath where you could put a coat hanger up to pull the trunk latch.
No, the hood.
I mean the hood latch.
Yep. Popped the hood and hooked a set of jumper cables to it.
Was it a Nissan?
No, it was a Lincoln.
Oh yeah, Lincoln, a big bad thing.
Possibly look at.
Okay.
It's something to possibly look at.
Well, yeah, it is. It's something to explore. I appreciate that. We have a transmission question. Lance, what's your transmission question?
Hi, Tom. Can you hear me?
Yes. What's going on, Lance?
Well, I bought a 2014 Chrysler Town and Country about a month ago, and it's only got now it's got 97,000 on it. We bought it from McDonald Hyundai, and we drove it home. I live in Loveland, so we drove it home, and the next day the check engine light comes on. So I called the dealer, talked to the manager. He said, bring it back in. We'll give you a loaner car. So we did. He brought it in, and it was throwing codes for the transmission. Okay. There was no slippage. There was none of that. So I said, okay. He said, we have to replace the transmission. And he said that they were covering it at $5,500. I said, okay, great. So we get the car 2 weeks later. And it has a slipping problem. It slips going from first to second gear, and sometimes it doesn't want to shift. So I called the dealer again. I'm going to bring it back down tomorrow to have them look at it again. But I just have a few questions with that. Now, I was told it was a new transmission. Now, should I be asking certain questions when it... I'm just kind of nervous.
Lance, first and foremost, let's explore this whole thing. When the check engine light came on, you could have undid the deal if they couldn't fix it because it won't pass emissions. You did the right thing by notifying them immediately. So they chose to replace the transmission so you would buy the car because they figured they'd have to do it no matter who buys it. Otherwise, it won't pass emissions because with a check engine light, even if it's not from emissions, they can't sell it. So, in that regard, they did the right thing. Whether it was new or used is a matter of opinion. They don't have to give you a new one. Now, if they told you it was new, of course they should be honest about it, but you weren't paying for it. So technically, you had a used one, and they only owe you a used one. So even if it's not new, there's really not much you can do about it except let them make it right. Kevin, why do you think it would be slipping like that?
Any one of a number of things. Is the check engine light coming on again?
No, it is not.
So no codes.
Yeah,
it could be a defect in the transmission.
Yeah, and it didn't have any issues when we drove it home. With the old Trans, it didn't slip. All of a sudden, the check engine light came on, and I mean, they're gonna, I'm bringing it back in for them to look at it, but
well, they seem like they're willing to work, so let them fix it for you.
So
okay, and then, I mean, is there any certain thing? I mean, I never get any paper, because I asked them. I said, is it a new one? Is it a rebuild? They don't give me any of that.
I understand that. Now, here's the problem, Lance. What they're doing for you is replacing a 97,000-mile transmission. You can't demand a new one. You can demand that they fix it so the check engine light goes off. This is really a weird situation, but they kind of bought the problem when they replaced it, and they at least have to make it work. But you're not in a position to demand anything after it works. Like if it's now, I would say you would be in a position if it was older than a 97,000-mile transmission. You could technically say, hey, I bought a 97,000-mile car, and now I have a 150,000-mile transmission. I would definitely complain about that. But if it's under that mileage or they fix it, if it was over 97,000 miles and they fix it and they really or rebuild it, you don't have much to say. You're going to really have to negotiate this one. Why don't you go in and then they're good people. That's the good news. McDonald Hyundai.
That's why I went there.
They're really good people. So you call me back. Let me know what you find out. But I don't have too much concern with the family and with how they do things, but let me know. I'm Tom Martino. This is the Troubleshooter Show. More coming up.
Man, we're getting... I might get way more snow. I didn't even know it was coming.
Yeah. But it's supposed to be sunny over the weekend. Just some snow flurries today in the afternoon.
Mark, would you look at my choices here? Yeah. Because I don't understand this. There's no $5. There's no $5.
Mine said $9.99.
Mine is nothing. Mine is zero. Both of them are. It says zero to upgrade. So why does it say that?
To upgrade to the gold plan. Gotcha.
Is that the gold, though? Yeah, select your gold plan.
Yeah.
Why? Do you have like your Medicare info in here or something? I don't know why.
Oh, I know. I mean, I don't know why. I'm going to upgrade anyway. But I don't have a family because I'm only individual anyway. I can't get any more than that. I'm an individual. I mean, I don't. Stephanie has her own plan. Okay, so I go next, and it says put in a credit card. But hold on, it's $9 a month.
That's what mine said.
Okay,
let me make sure.
Once I go in here, it's $9 a month.
Mine might be too. I thought it was $5.
It's $9.99 a month.
$5 plan.
How much is?
You didn't know.
Oh, it's still crazy good.
I don't. If you say it's good, I'll trust you. I'm going to try it.
So here's what you do, Tom. You sign up for the $9.99 when you go in to fill your next prescription. Because let's say you don't need your prescription filled for 45 days. You're paying $10 for nothing.
I know.
So you fill it out when you need your prescription done.
I know. Yeah. That makes sense.
30-day free trial. But yeah, I guess it is. It's $9.
Okay.
I thought I paid $5. I'm not canceling though.
Hold out, maybe they'll run a special plan.
I had a nasal spray before my
surgery?
Yeah, here's how I ended up with it. So prior to my surgery, I got this spray, big freaking deal, right? It's like, it looks like Afrin or something. So I go to pick it up, and the guy's like, it's $300. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? There is no way I'm paying $300. He goes, did you look at Good RX? So I pull it up, I end up with a coupon, and it's like $19. From $300 to $19.
It makes no sense.
What is sildenafil?
That's Viagra.
Okay, so it says here it is $930. If you apply the coupon, it's $14.
Well, the purple will probably give you a generic. That's the biggest difference.
Probably.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. No, generic is fine.
And Deputy Doc, you don't need it for your hand.
Oh, you don't?
Tommy,
You know what I do?
Last year.
I just crush it between my palms.
I had a small amount in my 401k, and you were supposed to sign for it to be transferred. They say they know that you've got.
Using facial recognition technology. It'll mean uploading a video selfie so that you can verify your identity. Rena Roy, ABC News.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/work. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/work. That's ZipRecruiter.com/work. ZipRecruiter.com/work.
KHOW News Time, 12:03.
While state health officials believe Colorado may have turned a corner on the Omicron variant of COVID-19, there's still a cause for concern. Speaking yesterday, state epidemiologist Dr. Rachel Herlihy said transmission is still very high in the community. The 7-day positivity rate remains above 26% in Colorado. Home builders are warning people affected by the Marshall Fire to be on the lookout for scams.
There's a huge sense of loss, and they're just looking for directions. There's so many unknowns, and I think some people, fall victim to others, promising them the world.
Ted Leidy with the Colorado Home Builders Association says homeowners should do their homework and be wary of any offer that sounds too good to be true. He says the association's website, hbadenver.com, has information and resources for people looking to rebuild. The 10-day-old King Super strike has ended. The union will vote on the new agreement Monday. Finally, a Safeway shopper is a new millionaire. The store in Monument sold a winning Colorado lottery ticket. 2 people will split the $25 million jackpot. The other winning ticket was sold at Winter's Corner in Pueblo. That's the latest. I'm Chuck Clark.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Could see some more slick roadways for our drive home a little later. We are starting to see some snow falling around Denver. Accident on the 20th Street on-ramp to northbound I-25. Eastbound 36, fire crews are working on the crash block in the right lane of the off-ramp to Pecos, and roadwork continues in the left lane through that stretch. Accident northbound Federal at 6th and a wreck on Parker at Lincoln Avenue. I-70 is in real good shape right now. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Chance of snow for the afternoon, a high up to 41. Tomorrow and Sunday, sunny and a high warming up to 52. Temps drop again next week. Snow on Tuesday at 35. Right now it's 30 with your Impact Traffic and Weather. I'm Dustin Ritchie, 630 KHOW.
If New Year calls for more hiring, check out Indeed, the all-in-one hiring platform that makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all in one place. Sponsor your first job post today after visiting Indeed.com/credit.
I'm Tom Martino for Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan, because Ideal wants to make sure if they do a refinance for you, they put you in a better position than you were in before. Ideal is the only lender that offers these things: credit optimization, which means they will work with you to optimize your credit. Even if you're approved, they can do small tweaks to your credit, like paying down a certain card or moving certain balances to get you better pricing. They also have Pick Your Term Loan. You can pick any term you want: 10, 11, 12, 13 years, 18 years, 20 years, 30 years.
Pulled up.
Me too.
Pulled up. Now check your price compared to what you were paying when you put it in. Or you don't know what you were paying.
Not really. It's got to be.
Yeah, I found this coolest website. This weather thing. Oh yeah, it is. Check this out. Light to heavy snow in Franktown right now. So it looks like 5 tonight. I mean, we're heavy snow.
Well, hope that doesn't affect me getting lunch after this.
This one cartoon posted by this guy, this conservative cartoonist. Biden says the Republicans never mention what they're for, and it says here's the GOP holding it, handing him a piece of paper. How about follow the Constitution, voter integrity, law and order, secure borders, energy independence, fair trade, no tax mandates, no Iran nukes, parent rights, no inflation, strong military, stand up to Putin.
Does he rebut?
No, it's a cartoon.
No, I know. That'd be good if he rebutted, though.
Who are you taking your wife for lunch, Mark? She wants to know.
Yeah, I just heard that whole thing. Actually, I might get fried chicken today.
Where?
Well, after we leave, probably that fried chicken joint I love in Castro. I haven't had fried chicken for 2 weeks already. That's my crack, baby. It's new. It's called. I go there.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. Solving problems, answering questions, taking claims. Remember, you can call 303-MARTINO 24/7. That's 303-627-8466. Harris Family Law is a law firm for, unfortunately, divorces. I say unfortunately, but if you need someone, you'll never find them better than Harris. Rich and Lisa Harris have a team of attorneys dedicated to helping you, and they can do unbundled services. This is very important.
If you want to go through a divorce, but you don't want to hire them for the whole thing, they can handle any aspect of it. Or if you went through a divorce and you want to modify support or do one portion of it, you can do that too. 303-515-5000. That's 303-515-5000. HarrisFamilyLaw.com. Great people. And really they are. And you should meet before you file a divorce to see if it's worth going through it. They do an early neutral assessment of your situation. 303-515-5000. Now, I want to go right to the phones and let's see. Margaret, I noticed you had a question about junk, right, Margaret?
Right.
What kind of junk?
I'm going to have to hire somebody like Junk King to clear a property I have.
Do we have anybody?
I'd like to hear.
Yeah, we do. I got to find him real quick.
We have someone on the referral list here that does a
they're in the Springs. Where are you?
Oh, wait. Are they in the Springs?
Yeah.
Oh.
Where are you?
Where are you located, Margaret?
I'm in Denver.
I've used Junk King. They were very good.
Okay.
No
they're a
problems with
franchise.
Junk
You were
King.
happy with them?
I was very happy. They did what they were supposed to do.
That's all I needed to know.
Yeah, the price was reasonable.
I've been with Tom since Father John was
Oh, my
around,
God, you've been 40 years. My goodness. So, Margaret, thank you. No, Junk King, Deputy Doc said he had good luck with them, but now they're franchised.
That's the one we actually have in Colorado Springs, is Junk King.
Oh, good. So they probably have a good franchise model. Just be careful. I mean, how much stuff were you quoted a price yet?
Yeah, he said half a truck would be like $400.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
I thought he said $399 actually.
That's Margaret.
Yeah,
let us know.
I didn't think it was bad. I was just wondering, how they were to deal with. I was hoping they weren't like these movers that you've been dealing with.
Oh, no. They have a pretty good name, Margaret. You should be okay. You call us if you have any problems. Patrick, welcome to the show. What's going on, Patrick?
Thank you. I've got a car that we've been thinking about trading in. The transmission was doing a little slipping, so I had it just serviced. They replaced it with some control modules, topped off the fluid, and it seems like it's okay. So the question is, if I trade this thing in and it's not okay, can a dealer come back on you?
Only if you lied or misrepresented it. If you
Gotcha.
If you don't talk about something, that's fine. They'll check it out.
Okay, that was kind of my plan, but yeah.
But this gets a little hazy. Some dealers have been successful when they say somebody absolutely knew the car was in a flood or absolutely knew something or other or a serious accident, and they didn't disclose it. What you did was had an issue, a maintenance issue, and took care of it. You don't have to tell them each and everything that ever went wrong with the car at all. But as long as you don't misrepresent mileage, condition, like, hey, I rebuilt the transmission and you really didn't, or whatever. Or they ask you, was it in an accident? And you say never, and it was. Those kinds of things, yes, they can come after you.
What is it, and how much do you want for it?
I don't even know. We haven't even checked it out.
But what is it?
It's a 2010 Subaru Outback.
Why would you trade it in instead of selling it and take the profit? You can get amazing prices for a used car now. Why give the dealer?
Because that's a good point. You could. In some cases, though, dealers want trades so much, they give you a better deal sometimes. I mean, it all has to do with the number. And here's how you evaluate the number to be accurate.
Say Legacy?
Forrester. Here's how you evaluate trades. Whether you're going dealer to dealer or evaluating a private sale, here's how you evaluate it. The difference. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. It doesn't matter what you get for a car. It doesn't matter what you pay for a car. What matters is the difference. If one dealer tells you they're going to give you $15,000 for a car, and another dealer says they're only going to give you $8,000, but the difference you pay to the dealer giving you $8,000 is less, then you have a better deal there. It only has to do with the absolute cash difference when all else is equal. That's all you care about is the cash difference. So if you're evaluating it against a private sale, after getting that money, what will be the cash difference? And then you have to subtract that part of the sales tax you have to pay. But that's it. That's how you do it. Okay. Math never lies when it comes to trading. Go ahead.
When you negotiate, man, I wouldn't even talk trade, man. I go in there and figure out how much that car is going to cost you to buy. Then after you establish
that's exactly right.
You talk about the trade.
Yeah, if he says, do you have a trade, say, I'm not sure. I want to know the best price I can get the car at.
Okay.
I may or may not trade.
It looks like they're selling for, not trading in. What's it got, about 100, 150,000, what?
119, yep.
119. It's probably, you could probably, if it looks decent, normal stuff and driving okay, probably around 13,000 retail, so just keep that in mind. If they hit you with 9, you're crazy not to sell it.
Okay, gotcha.
Unless they're discounting the other car, which probably they won't. But remember, you got to figure the difference, like selling it and buying that one or the difference.
What are you buying? I'm just curious. You're trading in a Subi for another one?
No. It'll be something different. I've only got about 5 or 6 years left here, and I don't think this one will last through that time. And so just something reasonable. We don't even have a name.
What do you mean 5 or 6 years left here?
In Colorado. To retire and get out of Colorado. So
what? Why would you want to leave beautiful Colorado after you retire?
Did you look out the window?
Where do you want to, Patrick, where do you want to retire?
Somewhere with an ocean.
Oh, okay.
Florida, baby.
We don't have that.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, if you bring a bulletproof vest and a helmet and 2 masks and a vaccine, you can go to California.
L.A.
Yeah, it won't be California.
All right. Well, cool. Thank you. Now, Ernie, what's in your life, Ernie?
How you doing, Tom? And thanks for taking my call.
Oh, it's good to hear from you, Ernie.
My granddaughter has a 2015 Nissan Roof. And her system went out. She only got one speaker working. And someone told her that her car doesn't have an amplifier. Is that possible?
Not if it worked at one time. Did it work at one time?
Yes, her car. She's had it around 2 years, and she got a beautiful sound system. But they told her at the dealer, I think it was, she talked to, they said their speakers are gone all except one. It's only playing one speaker, and those speakers are going to cost over $3,000 a piece.
Well, no, that's ridiculous. Built in. No, whatever it came with.
Ernie, it's not worth changing anything out for a used car of that vintage. It's not even worth fixing. You just say it's broken. I mean, it's not worth doing a thing to it because people in that price range, it's not going to be worth it. She'll spend more money fixing that and worrying about it than it's going to be worth in the sale.
If she's got to have something, if she really wants something, just, God, man, Best Buy, and I hate even saying that, there's a lot of cheaper alternatives.
Just want to get the radios and, Entertainment Center fixed.
Hey, man, the one thing...
Wait, Ernie, are you saying she wants... I thought I heard she was selling it. I'm sorry, Ernie, I'm sorry. I thought you said she was going to trade it in or sell it. Okay, if she wants to fix it and just get it fixed, you need to find...
Car Toys, any of these places.
Yeah, but a lot of them, they're going to try to sell her a whole new system.
But you can say, I want the cheapest thing. I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
Well, I got a good friend can fix the car. And he checked it out, and he told me that he says it's not the speakers, and we can't find where the amplifier is located.
All right, did he... Okay, not all stereos have a speaker amplifier. Sometimes the amplifiers are built into the stereo. Yeah, they don't all have an independent amplifier driving speakers. Was this a high-end, or was this what the factory installed with it?
It's what it came with the car.
I doubt that it has a separate...
It's not a high-end speaker, system, I don't think.
I doubt it has a separate amplifier for the speakers. How does he know it's not the speaker? Did he isolate that speaker and test it?
Well, I don't know how he knows. You know, we didn't talk about that, but she only had her the manual she gets with the car.
Yeah, the used heads for those. You mean the part in there, and I mean the actual one that came in your car.
Does it have an amp head?
Yeah, and they range from 59, this is used, of course, 59 to 130 bucks.
Okay, so Mark, they do have an amp. Where's it located?
Well, it's in the actual, it's in the head unit. It's in the...
Oh, so he has to replace that.
Yeah.
The whole head unit.
From what I'm understanding from him.
Ernie, it's probably better to just get an estimate somewhere and then call us back, because really I would go to a car stereo place if she wants to get it fixed.
That's what they look like.
She's gonna do that.
That's the absolute...
Okay, so Mark, listen, Mark is...
I'm talking about can fix
Ernie.
It's the amplifier.
And when he's done talking, Stadium Auto Parts will have it.
That was the only thing. And he's an older gentleman like me, you know.
Ernie.
He knows electronics.
Ernie, listen. What you really should do is just buy a replacement unit. It's the cheapest thing you can do. That price that Mark was quoting is the entire head. It's the whole thing. All you do is take out the antenna and the speakers and all of that and put the new unit in. I mean, that's it. If he's already determined that the speakers are bad, that's what you do. Or good, I mean, if the speakers are good.
We have a duplex system on the phones, and that means that it triggers a mute when somebody talks. But sometimes, when the other phone overruns and he's louder and he keeps talking, when we talk, they don't even hear it. It's not. They don't even hear it.
Yeah, that call was like wild.
Belco membership is required. Conditions and restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA. Belco. Banking for everyone.
You've heard me talk about core scans and how it can protect you from heart disease and stroke. In fact, I'll be so bold to say, with the right detection like core scans, you can stop it and reverse it. It can be a choice. Now, they can also do a scan to detect aneurysms as well. Think about that. Aneurysms in the making, before they become life-threatening or somebody just drops dead. Whether you want just the carotid scan for heart disease and stroke or one for aneurysms, you'll never do it cheaper or low price. Like, for example, the carotid scan, $189. Once you find out what's wrong, the treatments are usually covered by insurance, of course. Core, C-O-R, corescans.com, no E in that core, corescans.com, 720-740-2663. You know, Blake Harris does estate planning. He's an attorney. BlakeHarrisLaw.com is the website. And he has a phone number that says what he does. 833-ASK-BLAKE. He answers questions. 833-ASK-BLAKE. And they'll do that free of charge. And then when you decide what you need, he charges flat rates for whatever that is, whether it be an estate plan complete or just maybe a will, maybe a trust, a beneficiary deed, whatever you need. Ask your questions. BlakeHarrisLaw.com, 833-ASK-BLAKE.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet.
I saw that. It depends on the VIN. And some of them actually do have an amp under the driver's seat.
The rear seat.
The I would. Is Stadium even still around?
I don't.
Or did they sell?
To anybody? I don't know.
If
he's got to figure out first if it's a U.S., Japan, or Korea built. I mean, there's too many options.
It's just you put in the VIN, but they're cheap as fuck, man.
Yeah.
$3,000. Man, these days $3,000 buys you. Holy shit! I think 85-inch TV's less than $3,000 now.
Pretty close, yeah.
You seen those? 85 fucking inch TV, man. Where do you put them?
Yeah,
it's like that fucking window right there.
Costco.
Well, yeah, but how big a room do you have to have for?
I got a fucking room it'll fit in. No problem.
And then you can't be too close. You got to have a room that gives you space, so you're not 2 feet away.
Oh yeah, of course. I want like one this big, but super duper flat. That it would be nothing but a picture, very high def, higher than a TV, so it can be artwork that you can adjust all the time. They do have, but they're expensive as fuck for the good ones.
Yeah, but
some of those now they're going to be perfect for displaying your NFTs.
Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it?
I still don't get this NFT thing.
It's digital art.
I know what it is, but why do I want a picture of art for this?
Because you know someone else that'll buy it from you for more than you pay.
Hey Tom, you
that'd be the only reasoning I see.
Eventually, I mean, it's the hot potato game for me. Everybody's going to wake up one day and go, "This is dumb."
Well, who was it? The IRS or the Feds just came out saying they might do their own crypto. That's going to change the fucking rules of crypto, boy. I think I saw that just the other day. That's crypto.
So you should check it, see how much more your payment is.
Well, it's the confusion of it so much as trying to understand where the value comes from. Because just because I own rights to an NFT piece of art, nobody else can have it.
Yeah, but when you're in the metaverse, you'll be able to.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, wouldn't you want it in your home, hanging up on the wall, or displayed somewhere?
I want it showing on my 3D TV.
I don't know what most of them look like shit. Yeah. I mean, they don't look like anything still to me.
That's what I don't understand.
That, and I agree with you, because that's the part that's killing me off. It's like, why would that have any value? Why would a pixelated square block
of shit
drawing of anything, okay, hold any aesthetic value other than who made it?
There is some artwork though that's worth millions. I can
what
say
happens if you go to sell it, you find out 20 other people own the same thing? You know it.
Well, supposedly 20 people can't own the same thing. No, in theory, when the NFT is made, it is made either as unique, unfungible, or there are X number of them out there, and the smart contract that goes around with it.
Remember we were talking not long ago that it had been under 40
from around the world.
I think we were talking
the same place that you were
I'll tell you,
sold for price.
It's boy. It is so
that
crazy.
Would be a mess.
Would
that would be a reason to go back on the platform that's sold.
Sure. I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. It was like
a lot of trust.
Let's just go 1 year.
A lot of trust.
In 1 year, it's been between 30
That's my point.
and
to me, if I'm going to invest that much,
63.
Like what's that? Something like that. I would have experienced it.
But more scary in the last
smartphone.
In the last, you ready for this? 5 days. In the last 5 days, it dropped 6,000.
What you talking about?
Bitcoin.
Oh, that is just flying along sideways and then falling off a cliff.
Lowest level in 5 months.
What is it, 38 now?
When you sign up.
Yeah.
That's code sports for a special offer when you sign up.
Not even 38, it's mid. And actually, at one point today, it almost went into 37.
Yeah, the 30s seem to be where it's really meant to be.
It's just so volatile, man. Most of that drop in the last 5 days came from a Fed announcement.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, fighting for you, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Today is car day. We had various questions. 303-713-TALK is a number to get right through. You know, I read a statistic that I found shocking. Did you know the Great Recession, remember that? Mm-hmm. The Great Recession triggered by unemployment. 154,000 jobs were lost in the time between May 2008 and January 2010. 154,000 jobs. That was over a 20-month period. Listen to this.
A lot of them happen to be in the industry I was in, which was car repair.
Now listen to this. In COVID, the COVID recession, 376,000 jobs, that's double, more than double, lost over 3 months.
But that was government caused. Big difference, man. The government forced businesses to shut down. You can't, they're not the same.
But the jobs were lost, by the way. Okay. No, I'm just saying, compare the economy with the Great Recession, only 154,000 jobs over a 20-month period. And it caused all that trouble. That's Colorado, by the way. That's Colorado.
I was
not the country. That's Colorado. Now listen. So in Colorado, in COVID recession, it was 376,000 jobs lost over 3 months. Now, Colorado has recovered. How many of those jobs do you think?
Probably almost all of them.
About half.
83%.
But the other ones, I would say, just don't want to work. It's got nothing to do with
83% of those jobs were recovered. And then...
well, thanks to Joe.
All lost jobs will be recovered by September of this year. Colorado is doing better than the rest of the country by far. By far.
You know, memories real quick. So 08, 09, I had the good years. I was hiring techs that were losing their jobs from dealerships. They were like 20-year master technicians.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of skill out there.
Oh, my, I was hiring them so cheap, it was unbelievable. It was like GS prices. And then every home in our neighborhood in Castle Rock, or like every fifth home, if you guys remember, the foreclosure rate was unbelievable.
Crazy.
The job growth rate in Colorado was most in Colorado Springs, followed by Denver. The least amount of growth for jobs should not be a surprise. Pueblo and Greeley. Pueblo's the last as far as job growth. But the message here, though, in general, is that Colorado's faring better than the rest of the country by far. As far as the economy goes. And real estate, of course, is really high.
You realize our average home, I'm reading this right now, man, is Denver Metro average $612,000 a home.
Who can afford a house?
Hey, Frank Duran, listen to this. He told me this number yesterday while we were chatting about something.
That's average, 600.
Last year, he sold, you ready for this? Not profit, but how much he sold in homes? Almost $100 million in homes last year. $86 million Frank Duran sold last year. $86 million, 139 homes.
Wow. Very prolific. 303-713-TALK.
$250,000 minimum he made in...
By the way, Genesis Total Exteriors is doing storm damage. They're concentrating on storm damage. And if you have storm damage and you need somebody to put it all on one invoice, or you want to deal with one company for roofing and gutters and siding and fences and decks and windows and doors and outbuildings, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. They are still doing solar. They have GenesisSolarCO.com as well. So anyway, Genesis Total Exteriors, 303-679-8509. That's Genesis. All right, we have lines open at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So, Suze, did you say you had some email or not? If so, yes. If not,
I do have a car question, a general car question. When it's freezing like this, Kevin, does it make any difference when you start your car that you turn your defrost and heater on right away, or do you wait till your car's warmed up first?
No reason to wait. No, in fact, mine's probably still on from the night before.
It doesn't really matter. That's a matter of comfort, because when you first turn it on...
It'll blow cold. Yeah.
Exactly. So a lot of that, it has to do with what you're doing as far as in the car. I mean, truly.
But it doesn't help it warm up any faster if you wait or anything like that.
And what about the controversy on whether or not to let your car run first before you put it in transmission and leave? Should a car warm up?
I think it should warm up at least till the idle starts to come down, yes.
Okay. How long would that be?
It varies, 30 seconds to a minute, 2 minutes, depending on how cold it is. But I think it's less stress on the drivetrain if you're not trying to hit it in gear at 1,500, 2,000 RPM.
Okay. One of the things I think people do, and that is silly, is I think they don't understand that this car thing, that this new trend that turns off the engine on red lights and stuff, and
I don't like that feature in my vehicle.
That puts a big strain on batteries. I was talking to a mechanic, a place that sells batteries. They said more batteries are going bad because of that than anything else, right?
And the light staying on when you get out of your car.
For a few seconds.
Well, some are pretty long, but yeah, that and the starting, it's definitely wearing it. Yeah.
And by the way, also, Mercedes has an auxiliary battery, I was told, that helps when you run out of power to get in your car. It switches to an auxiliary battery. It also helps to switch the transmission on the electronic transmission if you have to tow it. And there's a little auxiliary battery that is constantly being charged and not being used, so it's usually in good shape even after the main battery goes. So you might want to look into. Now that's not on a Nissan, but when I happen to mention to somebody about the Mercedes and how you can open it manually, but it's not easy to open manually, by the way. 303-713-8255. Do you see that auxiliary battery I'm talking about?
Yeah, this is slow.
Oh, okay. More coming right up. Get your calls in at 303-713-TALK.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Did you notice that some food companies are selling lab-grown meat?
I heard about it.
Which is going to be the thing now, which is going to make the green people happy.
Yeah, but I guess if you know everything about what's in there.
Well, it's just meat that's going in a lab instead of on the farm.
No, but it's not.
Yeah, there's more processing involved.
God almighty.
I have no problem eating it.
Temps drop again next week. Partly cloudy Monday at 42 and snow on Tuesday at 35. Right now it's 33 with your impact traffic and weather.
At least you know there's no insecticides in it.
New hires in the new year.
It's not GMO.
You need Indeed to help find your next hire. When you sponsor a post, you get a list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Rocky Mountain IV Medics. Yeah, they'll come to your house even today. They'll come to your office. They'll come to wherever you need them, and you don't pay any more than going to an IV bar or IV clinic or hydration station. Get it in your home from a medical professional. Rocky Mountain IV Medics. They send people like paramedics or EMTs or registered nurses to your home to administer hydration therapy, whether it's for dehydration, hangover, migraines. If you have the flu, if you have COVID, they'll come to your house. RockyMountainIVMedics.com. You can call or text for immediate appointments, 720-987-2155. 720-987-2155. If you need some legal advice because you're in trouble, Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney. Now, of course, at the first sign of trouble, you should call him, and he'll be happy to talk to you at first with an initial consultation. And then if you hire him, it's a flat rate. So many people try to calculate what they're going to drink and then drive. Other people make stupid mistakes. Then of course, there's all kinds of problems that can happen in life. And when you need an attorney to defend you, Joe Lazzara, 303-421-6200. It's 303-429-6200. 6200. That's 303-429-6200. Joe Lazzara also is on a referralist at referralist.com.
The MLK Tapes is your next true crime podcast obsession. 4th, 1968, a lone gunman assassinated Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in Memphis, Tennessee. At least, that's the official story. The MLK Tapes podcast explores recordings of eyewitness testimonies to reveal the real story of the plot to kill Dr. King.
James Hill Ray was a pawn for the official story.
Listen to the MLK Tapes wherever you get your podcasts.
Your car is worth more right now than any time in the past, and that's pretty exciting. Trade in, trade up, trade down, whatever your needs are. The Sharpest Rides in Englewood, they're going to give you the best offer hands down. And the Sharpest Rides is so easy to get to, just located minutes from I-25 in Santa Fe. And with the best appraisals in town from their trained buyers, you know you'll always be taken care of and get the best deals at the Sharpest Rides. I'm telling you, if you're looking to trade in, go to the Sharpest Rides, best customer service in town. Get more info at thesharpestrides.com.
I should have had done right through it. Don't be that person that says this after ordering your remodeling project, right there? You got that right, Tom. Hi, folks. Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Simply put, we make people happy. Ever since the 80s, we've proven ourselves by being picky. Tell the folks, huh? Well, there's only one way we'll resurface cabinets. 1/4-inch glued and nailed. Replacement kitchens, only custom-built cabinets by our own people for a fabulous look. Bathrooms, you can count on the tried-and-true Done Right bathroom renovation system. And windows and entry doors?
Any of your cars marked hybrids right now, or are they all gas?
What's that?
Any of your cars?
No, but I did own a,
You had one time, didn't you?
yeah, Sonata, little Hyundai Sonata. Fucking lady T-boned us. Fucking, when I say there was nothing left of that car, man, I don't know how we walked away.
We have our word, the future right, it's Done Right. 303-722-23.
I gotta say that about Hyundai. The other one is that Tiger Woods. He went flying down that hill. Shit, I don't know out of that death trap.
Yeah. It's the new way to sell. For example, Orchard makes you a cash offer for your home. And when your home sells for more, you keep the difference. No longer do you have to choose between an easy home sale or the best price for your home. Let me tell you about Rudy, a recent Orchard customer. Rudy's home was on the market for $33,000 above his cash offer. Had he gone to a home buying company, he would have missed out on that extra money. But with Orchard, he got more cash. Rudy's story isn't unique. 99 out of 100 Orchard customers sell on market for more than their cash offer. Getting started is easy. You go online and enter your address at orchard.com. Takes just a couple minutes and lets you skip home listing hassles. If you're thinking about selling, what Orchard will pay for your home, get a no cost, no obligation offer at orchard.com. That's orchard.com.
Happy New Year from K&H Home Solutions. Celebrating 2022 with 35% off Provia windows and doors. Make your home more comfortable and save energy too. Provia windows and doors are recognized by the Department of Energy for their excellence. And now you can enjoy the benefits at 35% off. Only from K&H, Provia's #1 independent dealer in Colorado. Online at khwindows.com. That's KH Windows.
I said it's like YouTube is about 30 seconds behind.
It's, you know what's really weird is it just all fucking depends, it seems.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, if you listen the longer you listen, the wider that gap gets. If you drop it and pick it back up, you might even get closer. It's like buffering to you. It's like your stream.
630 KO and iHeartRadio channel.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's talk to Tracy. Hi, Tracy. What's going on?
Hi, Tom. I have 2 hybrid vehicles. One is a 2009 Toyota Camry hybrid, and it has about 149,000 miles on it. And the other one is a 2012 Lexus RX 450.
Yeah.
And that has over 100,000 miles on it, too. The Camry...
Wow. You're getting good life out of them already.
Yeah, those are still, they're original still.
Are they original?
I keep them maintained, and I keep up on them, and
How do you maintain the batteries?
I don't. I don't know how to maintain.
All right. So the 1 year, the Toyota Camry is what year?
2009.
Wow. I can't believe those. I can't believe the batteries are still performing. Do you find that? I mean, it's a hybrid though. It's not fully electric, so that's one thing. Have you noticed any degradation in performance or?
No, that's why. I mean, I'm loving this, and I'm loving not having a car payment. So I love this car.
Wow.
I know.
And then the other one is a 12, right?
It's a 12, yeah, Lexus 450. And
that one is working. Okay, you know, you asked how long should you expect now, but the thing is if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly right.
I mean, my goodness.
I was going to say 10 years, but that kind of blew that away.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I mean, people are saying you can expect about 10 years out of batteries.
So it's now okay. So now that I'm talking to you both, okay, watch. The battery's going to be going out.
Oh, I hope not. Oh my goodness. So what mileage are you getting with these?
I have no idea.
Well, you bought them to save, right? So you must be getting really good mileage.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I fill up now, and I drive it every day to work.
You know the good news?
What?
You're going to be able to sell either one of them pretty well. You'd probably get more money than you expect out of them. Yeah.
Well, so that's my other question is I'm wanting to buy, so I'm 60 years old, I'm still working full time, I have a good job, I plan on working for, as long as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And I'm wanting to buy another car, like my last car, I don't know, I say my last car.
Hell no, it's not your last car, don't say that, but you want to buy a really nice car, what about it?
Well, with lower miles, one that I can, drive for a good while. Would now be a good time?
No.
No, I know.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, not really. Not to buy a new car. I mean, it's not a good time, but I'm not sure it's going to get better. I hope it will. But right now, it's not a good time. Again, I'm not telling you it's going to be better, but I think it will. Things change a lot when it comes to, I don't know, when it comes to the economy and all that. Yeah, and your trades are worth more now. But,
okay.
But I don't think you get as much on trading these as you would selling them. So one thing you could do is simply see what you could get for these cars and then treat it accordingly. I mean, just, and then actually compare. What kind of car are you looking for? I believe your next car should be new.
A brand new car. Okay. Well, okay. And I'm willing to put down, $8,000 or $10,000 on a new or used car.
There's no reason to get a used one. If you can take these two cars and sell them, and then you can have, and plus other money, you can get a really nice new car with a low payment, and then you get one with a 10-year warranty or a 100,000-mile drivetrain. You're in Fat City. I mean, that's really what you want to do. But I would wait. I wouldn't do it just yet.
Okay. And where would I take my car to get estimated like that? I mean,
yeah, it's not going to be if you take it to a dealer, they're not going to do it accurately because they're going to want to buy it. I would say that you have to go online and see what they're selling for. Cars.com is really good at telling you if something's a good deal or not. If you go to cars.com and put in these cars, see what it comes back with. And they know the market. I mean, they don't have any vested interest in not telling you the truth.
JFK.
Sure.
What you mean, JF Cars?
JF Cars.
Yeah, we have some people here.
Ask Kennedy.
Is it JFR Cars or Jeff? Yeah, JFR Cars. We have somebody, a broker on the dealer on the referral list that they're pretty good people, and they'll tell you what they think they can get for it.
Yeah, they would
even do a consignment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and there's no obligation.
Okay.
So you
that
might,
sounds good.
yeah, you just get it there, but you have to have it available. But they're really not high pressure. They're just good people. They're just good people. And
I purchased. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I purchased usually all of my vehicles through a broker, like a Centennial Leasing, H.M. Brown type.
That's what JFR is.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Now, I'm looking up here on Cars.com for Camry hybrids, and yours is a 2009. Okay, so here's one. And they say it's a great deal on Cars.com. Again, those opinions on cars you can depend on because they take it from the market, not from an individual, not from somebody advertising a great deal. They just advertise it, and then Cars.com puts in its own thing. And Cars.com says that basically $10,000 is a great deal to sell that. It's got 71,000. You have twice the mileage. But it's so anyway, I would say 10,000 is a good starting mark for what you have.
For heaven's sakes, my goodness.
Did you think it was going to be? Did you think it's going to be way less?
I thought I could get maybe $2,000 for it. I don't know.
No, man, you'll get way more than 2,000. No, I'm serious. No, you'll get way more than 2,000. They're going for good. They're going for good money. Yeah, but you have a little high mileage on that. But if it's does it look really good?
Oh, it's in fantastic shape. Yes, it's never been in an accident. The paint's a little, faded on the top. It has a sunroof. No, it's in excellent condition.
Well, I wouldn't go below 8,000. I wouldn't go below 8,000. That's for sure. Now, that's even considering the age because they're not talking about batteries being a problem here. So just consider that. We have more coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Allstate. Snow flurries reported around Denver, expecting slick roadways through the brakes northbound and southbound on I-25 now.
What's your next car going to be, Mark? You got to be getting bored already.
Eastbound 36.
It's just pricing right now. Yeah. My G90 will turn into a GV 70 or 80, maybe a 90 if they come out with a GV90. And then I'll keep the Santa Fe, but fuck, I just ain't paying sticker, dude. I ain't doing it, man.
No, sticker would be a deal.
Yeah, I know. But it's going to be a GV. I love those, man. I love them.
Richie, 630. K-Hal. Saving money.
Man, I counted the other day. I've had 14 new Hyundais. 14.
That's what I'm saying. You can kind of go through them pretty quick.
This would be gone if it wasn't. Actually, both would be gone this year.
Okay. Let's talk about Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan, and this is what I mean. At Ideal, you can go work with a direct mortgage lender, and they control the underwriting process, so you have less costs and more efficiency, and then at the same time you have an interest rate guarantee. They'll lower the rate if the rate lowers, they will refinance you free of charge. They also have a pre-approval, which is like a cash deal. They put the money aside and actually have a little mini closing. You go out and find the house to match, and you're closed. It's like a cash deal. They have so many cool options, like pick your own term loan. I love that one. You don't have to have 15 or 30. You can simply have whatever term you want. That's Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan, 303-867-7000. That's 303-867-7000.
NeoU is the
Says here
game-changer.
that a federal judge
Daily live
just
workouts with friends and thousands of on-demand classes.
turned down the vax mandates for federal workers.
And right now, NeoU has an
they did?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know
50%
that.
lifetime discount and pages
I wonder who
$3.99 per
sued.
month when you sign up by January 31st.
Oh, yeah, here's the new. I can't wait for the new vax guidelines. So they finally admitted to masks, a cloth mask or total shit they don't do.
Well, good, they're still requiring them.
That's the part that blows me away. When you get on an airplane, you still got the CDC.
The cloth masks are ineffective, they're saying. You have to do a surgical type mask.
Yeah, they want N95s.
Well, no, just the bandanas and things like that. They're saying are no.
No. When they say cloth, they're talking the cheap fuckers we all buy at Walmart.
Seriously?
Yes.
I thought they were talking about the
But they're not cloth, they're paper.
I gotta figure that out. I've been told both ways.
That's true.
What is a cloth
Yeah, that's the question I was about to ask.
What is a cloth mask per CDC?
We're loving how thousands of people have found out just how safe and convenient it is to work out in your own home. There's never been a better time to buy. We have everything in the store.
And what's considered plus mat?
Yeah.
I thought they were talking about multi-level.
No, I'm telling you, this is when I just Google it, I mean, they're all what we're used to, the cheap little blue fuckers.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's, I don't know, it's like tissue. I don't know what it is. Didn't they say at 1 and 2, didn't Fauci say you should wear 2 or something like that? Yeah. Have you seen people 2 masks and they have that big shield covering their face too? Or people with just the shield, and you look at them like, what the fuck do you think that shield's doing?
Well, that and they're driving down the road, too.
You know, instead of sending us tests and masks, the Fed should send us all fucking those full setups that you wear underwater. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Old scuba gear.
Scuba gear. Let's get serious, guys. Let's fight this virus.
All masks, I'm not reading anything where they say.
What are you looking for?
I looked on their website.
It says you should ditch your cloth mask for 3-ply surgical masks.
Where does it say that?
Just one of them. WebMD.
Yeah, but I don't see that here.
Just go CDC. CDC cloth.
Here's who should wear a mask, they say. Not fully vaccinated. Fully vaccinated. Okay, I think that's everyone. Those not fully vaccinated, those not vaccinated, and those fully vaccinated should all wear masks.
Yeah,
why don't you say everyone?
Yeah. You could be right, Mark. I don't know.
It is. Just Google this exact thing, Tom. Ready? And the CDC comes up. Google CDC cloth mask. Just that. And the very first non-paid article is from cdc.gov. Cloth masks could be made from a variety of fabrics. Many types of cloth masks are disposable.
Hi, Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, let's go to Smarty Marty. He has an update on the moving. The Florida mover was on again, off again, on again, off again. I mean, can you explain what's going on? We got this guy, I don't know, this guy's been jerked around now, and he's with this third mover, and then you went to the original mover, right?
Right, yeah. First, there were 3 parties involved, 2 brokers and a mover. Allegedly, and I use allegedly because we know they're scam artists. So the first broker number is out of service. I reached to the actual owner on Friday, and he answered the phone, and we spoke and I connected him to the consumer. We spoke for 30 minutes.
And Artist, the consumer, is listening. He's on right now.
An artist supposed to call as well right now.
So artist, did the guy ever contact you about delivering?
Me?
Yeah.
That I know of. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, what happened was I reached Artist this morning, and then I called the local mover. He's the one that disconnected me. He blocked me. Apparently, he thought I was from the news. And he didn't want to talk to me, so we didn't have much hope. So I contacted Artist this morning, and I said, Artist, he blocked me. Maybe he didn't block you. So she called. And was able to reach. She was able to reach the local guy, and he says he's on his way overnight. He's right, Artist. He's supposed to deliver tomorrow.
Yes. He was going to leave this afternoon and stay the night someplace, and then get up
overnight. Apparently, he's out of town. Yeah. He's got a delivery to Mississippi, and then he told her, "I'm on my way." After that,
this whole thing seems sketchy. Do you think it's going down?
Well, I talked to Tina, my daughter-in-law, and she don't believe it. She said they've told her that every day she talks to him. So she don't believe it, but I'm hoping.
Me too.
I don't know. Marty, what do you think? Marty, what do you think?
Well, he sent her some photos of the vehicle, the truck.
Okay.
Stuff.
Well, let's just hold tight and figure it out. Thank you, Smarty Marty. We appreciate it. Denny, I'm sorry. Robbie, you want to talk about a landlocked parcel? What's going on?
Hey, Rob.
Or, hey, this is Rob.
Yeah, go ahead. This is Tom, Robbie. What's going on?
Man, I appreciate the help. I years ago learned from you that they couldn't keep you from getting access, and I bought a piece down in Rhino that was landlocked by the fast tracks for the A-line.
Yeah?
And I'm just wanting to sell it now. I've lost my ambition to do anything with it due to family losses and stuff. But
how much land do you own in how much land do you own in Rhino?
It's about 20,000 square feet.
No fooling.
Yeah.
But he said it's landlocked, right?
Hold on a sec. How was it landlocked?
I'm between Union Pacific's transfer station for their transfer lot, and then I'm between the A-line. It's contiguous to the train station itself, but behind the station, between the tracks and A-line.
Okay, and that's odd. And you were going to try to get it unlandlocked. How were you going to do that?
Didn't know. I took a gamble on buying the property based on that I understood no matter what I should be able to get some sort of access for some sort of purpose. And that was just going to be a challenge for me.
Are there any existing easements to the property?
No, it was all created brand new by Fast Tracks. The land that they did the eminent domain to, the owner fought them pretty hard, and I guess this was the solution in the end, was they gave him this little piece of landlocked property to run the Fast Tracks through and pinched him in between, and that way they could control the access.
Well, they control the access, but will they grant access, do you know?
How would you?
When I first talked to Phil Rydoff before I purchased it, he said that I just had to be sure Denver approved whatever our use was for the property for him to grant access. He was real nervous about that the train comes every 15 minutes.
Okay. You'd have to put a gate up. They'd never. They're not going to stop that train anymore.
No, they're not stopping the train.
Access across, just like the people walk, you got to walk across to get to the west platform.
Right.
Going.
Right. That's not unheard of. That's not unheard of. But what I'd like to know is how much did you pay for that land?
$60,000.
Well, you paid $60,000. Okay. Wow. So you paid $3 a foot. That is unbelievable. Is that zone commercial?
Yeah, CMX 8, Urban Overlay 2.
My God. Huh. Hold on a sec. Let's explore that coming up.
$3 a foot in Rhino?
There's nothing you can do with it.
Well, how do you know, Mark? How the fuck do you know?
By the time you do something with it, it ain't going to be $3 a foot.
Oh, yeah? Well, it's worth $350 to $400 a foot if you can do something with it. So there's a lot of fucking water there to mess with.
Put a helicopter pad on it.
I mean, it's worth a lot of money. No. If that thing wasn't landlocked, that's worth a shitload of money.
How would you drive to it? I still don't understand.
I don't
the
either.
picture you would
I don't
paint.
either. We got to get some kind of a Google.
They're not going to let you just go over the tracks.
That's the only way.
That's what I'm saying. They'd have to put a gate in.
Well, you would have to put some sort of platform that you could drive over.
It would just be like
anything.
Or a light.
Any kind of crossing.
It's like any crossing downtown.
How big is it? How wide is it?
We don't even know.
It's about 20,000 square. We don't know.
There's a lot of
2,000?
20.
Oh, 20,000.
But there's a lot of crossings and stuff that aren't.
I'd let the homeless camp back there and charge them $5 a day. Make it classy.
Let me ask you.
There's one down by.
Hold on, Denny. We're going to come to you right after the break.
Okay. Like South Santa Fe and something else. And there's a train. Yeah, I saw the train. I didn't.
Robbie, are you there?
And all of a sudden I realized,
what's the address? I mean, how do we look this up? What's the address?
There's no number. There's trains coming.
At 3765, what street? Lake, L-A-K-E. Oh, Blake. Okay, got it. Okay, hold on. Thanks. Did you get that?
I didn't hear it.
Everybody in America.
Where it's at?
Okay, 639 Blake Street.
We came together, Democrats and Republicans. did something about it. 2 years ago today, the U.S. identified the first coronavirus case. The U.S. now averaging 760,000 daily infections.
No, 3639.
The CDC released 3 studies showing vaccines and boosters are effective against Omicron and Delta. This is ABC News. Photos taken where Kobe Bryant died in a 2020 helicopter crash are the focus of a trial against Los Angeles County.
Okay, so they showed just that one little swath worth $250,000 on Zillow. And then that's not the other one. That's just that. Huh?
Did you find a picture? Oh my God.
That's a weird swath of land, isn't it?
God, it's like, what the fuck would you do with that? There's nothing you're doing. There's nothing you're doing with that.
No, there isn't. But I don't understand.
Except for the helicopter.
Wait, that's the one swath. But see, it's hardly. But that's only 3,700 square feet. That's only one part of it. That's 250 grand value. But I don't know why there's a value there because you can't do anything with it.
Well, eminent domain is going to take over, as opposed to eminent domain.
Or both.
But then the other,
it's imminent. The eminence coming.
The other address is
it's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose
37,
is clogged, it's less effective.
65.
Eventually, your
37, 65,
and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's
now
not
that
plugged. It's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril around the
I do not like lavage.
Flushing out.
I can't imagine doing that. Having water up my nose.
I do it every day.
Really?
But mine takes the water, pushes it up one nostril, right into the sink.
Oh, she's a squeeze bottle.
No, I use it's actually a machine, but it works just like a squeeze bottle. Yeah. But I can adjust the pressure. Sure. The lavage is the opposite. The lavage sucks from one nostril and then puts all the nasty shit into a reservoir you got to clean. Yeah. I don't even understand it.
I don't want to deal with it.
This is a weird. Okay, this is a weird piece of property, dude. Jesus Christ. I mean, it's like right in the middle.
I don't understand
There's
why
nothing you can do with it, huh?
I don't understand why he bought it. Who owns it? Oh, he owns it.
This thing is weird, though. I mean, there's nothing fucking there. I mean,
it's crazy.
With the track in the street.
I don't.
Well, could you put a hot dog cart there and sell to all the train people? Maybe do a little food court.
Just build a little house building.
How about Sheridan Auto Tech the Third?
I think you need a mini house village.
Is it contiguous, the 20,000? Because
if you build a what are those called?
It looks like they run together.
A Waffle House. They'll come. If you build a Waffle House there, you'll get them.
They'll figure out how to get there. You don't have to,
They will get there.
No, there's a crossing there already.
I saw it too, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, do you have an aerial of it?
Yeah, the concrete crossing.
The aerial looks even worse, man.
But if you zoom in on it, you see there's a crossing in there already with the 2 swaths of land on both sides of it. So somebody can figure out what to do with it.
Well, no, but you guys are still, everybody's still considering that Denver's going to allow you to zone it for whatever.
Well, I don't
sure
know.
as fuck ain't going to be
Right now,
residential.
you could put a fucking billboard on it.
That is not a bad idea.
You could put a few billboards, probably.
Actually, that's the best idea I heard.
That is pretty good.
If they let you put a billboard. And most of those places, you don't put it there, and they just pay rent on the space.
As a token of their appreciation, the
yeah, but you can make a shitload more doing it. Those big LEDs, you can make a shitload more.
Yes.
Actually, that's pretty smart. You should ask them. I know shit's got to be zoned for that. Denver's barely got any billboards. You go down to Colorado Springs, they are fucking every half mile, man.
That would be so valuable there with all the train traffic and all the baseball traffic. But it's not something you ask them on the air.
What do you think? What do you think those fucking trains cost when they coat them like in Frank Azar? Fuck, I've always wondered how much that shit's worth, man.
This is Dan Kaplis. People often ask what the secret is to the many large jury verdicts and settlements that we've been fortunate to win. I tell them that our tactic is the truth. Our clients are very good people.
So Tom, my Social Security went up by a huge $135 a month.
To make sure that
That's
the
all right.
story is told and proven. And because our cause is true, the compensation is...
How much did it go up, Doc?
$135 a month.
That's nice, man.
Yeah.
What percentage is that?
I think it was like, what they say, 8%?
Mine's more than... Mine's nearly 500.
Well, because you get all that other crap on kids. My annuity has gone up from $1,400 to $1,600.
Why is that?
Because there was when I purchased the annuity, there was a cost of living 3% every year.
No shit.
Yeah.
I like your annuity.
I do too.
That's deposit. Enter it now at KHOW.com. Keep listening to Wave with a $12K a day giveaway.
Yeah. We got to have.
How long did your annuity fester before you started drawing it out?
Immediate.
You bought income.
They said, you can wait or you can get it immediately, so I took the immediate.
How much was it? $250.
How much I put in? $300.
And what's it pay each month now?
Now it's up to $1,600 a month.
That's a fucking good deal. My God. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter.
303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. Kevin Calkin is with us for Auto Day today. And don't forget my friends at Fix It 24/7, fixmyhome.com. They're doing a no-call charge special until further notice where you can call them to the house for a problem with no call charge, no service charge. They just give you an estimate on whatever's wrong on any furnace repair, and that is 720-526-3939. Denny, you have a comment on hybrids. Go ahead. What is your comment on hybrid cars?
Yeah, that woman I called about her car, she says it's still performing great. If she's not mileage, I wonder how she knows that it is still performing great. She might just be dragging upon 1,000 pounds of dead batteries and not getting the use of what a hybrid.
You're right. If she doesn't know her mileage numbers, that's absolutely right. That's why I was asking her. It could be that those batteries aren't kicking in much. It could be. Yeah. This is where she has to get it analyzed. But her expectations are not high. And I'm telling you, even if you gave her half price and bought batteries, it's a pretty good deal. But that's a good comment, though, for sure. How do you know if you don't know? Robbie, this is interesting, Robbie. I'm looking at aerials here of this property, and they look like two narrow swaths of land, or maybe I'm wrong, but you say it's about 20,000 square feet that you bought. You didn't pay much for it, that's for sure. And $3 a foot. I mean, I'm thinking, though, there's no way you can put a structure on that, is there?
It'd be tough. It's so narrow. It'd have to be something like shipping containers or tall and narrow.
Yeah. It doesn't seem practical for anything, and I don't even understand why you bought it. Tell me, what was on your mind when you thought, if you could get access, what would you do with it?
At the time, I owned a pedicab business, and we thought it could be a place to run pedicabs out of in the transportation sector.
No, I know what you're saying. Not a bad idea.
Did you try? Would Denver let you zone it, or what was why didn't you do it?
I got out of the pedicab business, and like I said, a lot of things have changed in my life, and now I'm doing things.
And the bad business down there because you got homeless everywhere that could pull them.
The people that control.
Pedicabbers are home.
Who controls that access to
RTD?
It's totally. And when you talk to RTD, they say it depends on what you want to put there, right?
Yeah.
What do you want to get for this land?
I got it listed right now, actually, at $250, which I thought was way cheap.
Wait, $250,000?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it's cheap. It depends on its best use. I mean, saying that's cheap, if you can't use the property, it's way expensive, right? I don't know. How'd you price it at $250? What was your reasoning?
My realtors that listed it consulted with me.
Okay. And they know the commercial market down there?
I would hope so.
How long have you owned it? And
Berkshire Hathaway.
What are the taxes on it?
$1,500 a year.
Okay, so they're suggesting you sell it basically. Is that $4? Am I doing that right? $4 a foot? Wait.
It'll be $10.
$10. You're right. No, not $10 a foot. It's 20,000. It's 20,000 square feet times $10. I guess he's right. No, he's not. That's 200. So yeah. So it's over $10 a foot.
I was rounding it off.
I know. I understand. Yeah, you're right. Obviously, I did something wrong in the math, but I hope so you only paid 60. And if you got 250, but I'm just trying to think what that would be used for. 20,000.
We always thought station amenities like coffee shop, newsstand and stuff, since it's the transfer station for getting to the
for foot
airport,
traffic,
maybe bicycle storage.
For foot traffic, do you even need access? Is it open for foot
traffic? For cars, I don't think. I can't imagine a car would ever need to get there based on a lot of services you could put there. I mean, gosh, even if it was bicycle storage, just to go park your bike and get to the airport.
You're talking about some. That's right. That's good stuff.
What is it zoned at now? Do you know?
CMX 8.
What does that mean?
Commercial mixed use, residential, commercial, anything up to 8 stories. If you did the 30% housing, but whatever, 12.
Yeah, but that's not practical for that anyway. That zoning is never going to hold up for that swath.
UO2 is also for billboards. Urban Overlay 2 is zoned billboards.
Okay, is it already zoned for billboards?
That is, the Urban Overlay 2 does include that.
Well, hell, why would you even sell your property then? Why don't you just lease it out for billboards?
Don't know.
Well, sir, I know the business, and I'm going to tell you something. You'll make a hell of a lot of. If you paid 60, your return on investment will be extraordinary.
Yeah, you'd probably spend more than that, but it would be extraordinary. He would let you do it.
What do you mean spend more than that? He wouldn't spend more than that at all.
No, I'm saying a big, beautiful dual.
Well, if he runs it or he just leases the property to someone.
Oh yeah.
I would prefer to own the billboard and to just sell it directly, or get a broker and put it in with a brokerage. But a billboard down there, you couldn't ask for better traffic anywhere ever. Holy.
That was one of the angles.
Robbie, I think you're selling. Listen, man, I've owned hundreds of thousands of square feet downtown. Okay, I'm telling you, you're selling yourself short. If you can get a bill, what did I say to you off the air, Mark? What did I say to you off the air when I wasn't talking to Robbie?
You said don't say billboard on the air.
Why? Because
you were thinking about it.
Yes, but Robbie, what I'm saying to you is you need to consider doing it yourself.
Okay.
I'm serious. If you need help, look, I'm not trying to, I don't want not a dime from you, but if you need help so you don't get ripped off, I'd be happy to help you or to talk to you. Again, I'm not looking for anything, okay? But you can make a lot of money. That is, I can't even think of a more prime location for a billboard. You have train traffic, pedestrian traffic, baseball traffic, downtown traffic. My God, I can't even think of a better spot. And do you know how much people make on billboards a year?
No.
Oh, I got a good one, $250,000 easy a year. Easy. That's the people who operate it.
Okay.
I mean, maybe even more on some of them. But I'm telling you.
I do need help. If you have anybody you could help me with.
Well.
Make something off it if you want, partner.
No. I want to give you advice. Robbie. No, seriously. I'll give you advice. But I think you hook up with a really reputable billboard company. Don't get some shyster that wants to be your middleman. And he does nothing except arrange you and a billboard company. You can do that. But if I can find a reputable billboard guy to talk to you, you can make a deal with them. Now, I can also get you a good attorney that you can make sure they don't lie to you on the contract and all that. But then you immediately start making money.
I really do think Denver does not allow new ones. I'm not positive.
Okay, that could be. But if it's zone billboards, how the hell do they not?
The head city planner did tell me that because I was trying to tie it to my pedicab business, And if I didn't get access, I was like, it didn't seem right that I couldn't get access to the property to put a sign up for my own business. And he said, well, there you got maybe a loophole that a local business, if it's tied to a business directly in some way also, that might be another way in on getting around the billboard.
Well, why don't you leave your information with Sue's, okay? Because if I can get a hold of a good billboard company to talk to you, that might, I mean, unless you wanted to do it yourself, you can, you know, there are ways people can operate billboards. And, you know, these new big Wi-Fi billboards, they're unfreaking believable. They're very expensive to put up.
Yeah, but you never have to go up there and, you know, put on that big sticker.
You design it. You design it from a frickin' laptop.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so Robbie, just hang on, and we'll see what we can hook you up with. People, you have any ideas? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Or if you'd like to buy that from Robbie, we're not going to let you rob him. You can call us. He's got 20,000 square feet down there, zoned for billboards. Now, Mark, are you thinking they're not allowing? Why did you hear that?
When my building in Denver, I bought a new building in Denver after mine.
Was it zoned for billboards?
No, hold on. It got taken by eminent domain.
Right.
The one that got taken had a billboard on it. I wanted to do the billboard at the one I purchased right behind it. And they said, it's not grandfathered because we took the other one, and you cannot have a billboard.
Well, because it's not grandfathered.
No, they said you cannot have a billboard there because Denver, this was in Denver, has limited the number of billboards. You have to actually, if you build a new one, you got to take an old one down. This is 8 years ago, 9 years ago.
But hold on now. If it's I don't understand why it would be zoned for billboards if they're not going to allow them. But we can find that out. If anyone knows about billboards, give us a call. This show is all about fact-finding. We'll find out.
We should call Mile High Outdoor. According to this, they're one of the largest in Denver, and just ask them. So I don't know.
Yeah. 303-713-TALK.
That guy brought up billboards.
He did.
Denver's really weird with billboards.
So you got to go around and cut a few down before you fly? Or what
That,
you gotta do?
it was something, I couldn't get it to save my life.
I wonder if that's Denver property on the railroad there. I wonder.
Or who? Well, the railroad's property.
It's RTD. I mean, no, RTDs are.
I bet the kind of billboard we're talking is a quarter.
Hold on.
Hey, Annie, do you have anybody there that can just give me a little info? How about Brady?
Let's talk about estate planning. BlakeHarrisLaw.com is the source for accurate information. Now, I'm serious. I deal with Blake Harris and refer him to friends and neighbors. If you need information on estate planning, which includes a will, of course, a trust, beneficiaries' deeds, payable on death certificates, avoiding probate, or you're facing probate, prenups and postnups, anything to do with it, BlakeHarrisLaw.com. Ask your questions free. Then he'll quote you a flat rate price for everything he does for you. 833-ASK-BLAKE. That's 833-ASK-BLAKE. Someone else that will quote you a price on the phone for countertops, theartofgranite.com. The Art of Granite does more than granite. They do any solid surface, any natural stone. He's a direct stone importer, serves the entire Front Range and mountain communities, and you can get a price on the phone if you describe your project at theartofgranite.com. They have great selections. They tear out and haul away free. Do the bathroom free when you have the kitchen done. 303-386-5919. If you are thinking about selling your house, you may say, hey, I wonder what it's worth. Not what it'll appraise for, what it's worth. Not what the neighbor sold for, but what your house is worth. For that, you need an expert. And that's the only way you're going to find out. But you don't want a list, maybe. You just want to find out. How do you do it? Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, does it free of charge. 303-920-1622. Absolutely no obligation to get your market valuation of your home. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress.
I forgot, Shannon just said it, iHeart, or Clear Channel, outdoors.
Oh, yeah. Duh. Yeah. But I think you're right. It's a huge outlay. you know. To
Oh, the outlay's huge, but honestly, if you could do it,
you get a return in 3 years.
Shit, I fucking, if he wanted to chip the property in, I'd build the motherfucker. If it's simple as building it
and turning it on.
I mean, it's like there's something weird with Denver. I did everything I possibly could in order to keep that income. It was like $1,200 a month on the billboard I had, but I couldn't redo it at the new building. I simply couldn't do it, and I had a ton of room. You can picture why I wanted to do it at my new building.
Yeah,
it was right when they're coming up the bridge.
Exactly.
You'd be staring at a beautiful billboard.
It's awesome.
And I think it was Lennar or Lamar was the billboard company. They were going to build it, put all the out cash, and I would lease the space to them for about $1,600 a month. So they were involved. They couldn't get it fucking done.
Yeah, that's all gone up because my landlord has a cell tower on the back of the property in Lakewood.
Does he do good?
6 or 7 a month or something.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, you lost, I don't know, 1,000 square feet.
Who
maybe.
gives a shit?
I mean, yeah.
Not for that.
In the back corner.
What else are you going to do with 1,000 square feet?
That I never have to touch again, dropping 6 in my pocket a month. I think I'd be okay with that.
He was okay.
That's buying income.
I'd be sweet.
Yep.
A buddy of mine had a car wash in Los Angeles at the corner of Crenshaw and 110. And he's just sitting right there. He's got billboards up that bad boy. He's got a cell tower out the back of it. That corner is like clocking for him. Clocking. Clock. He put a car wash. He sold his car wash, okay, but kept all of that stuff. So now the car wash is changing hands, but every time it changes hands, it's enough for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Those car washes, I looked into them last year. There's a company out there. In fact, they're building one. The reason I looked into it, they're building one in between Castle Rock
building one everywhere.
and Franktown, though. So I pass it every day. So there's one company that comes in and completely builds it, maintains it, does everything. But you own it, and then it's a profit-sharing deal. But I didn't realize a lot of them were kind of set up that way. They do all the maintenance. They do everything.
You talking about the coin-op type thing?
No. This one's both.
Yeah.
It's both.
Because the ones all over Denver now, the ones you subscribe to, you know, like $30 a month.
That's that's the one Suzanne and I have. Is like that.
I like that.
Oh shit, man! $30 a month, and ours includes one interior each month. And if you get an interior and exterior, it's $25. So I mean, you get that once a month, and then unlimited exterior.
Cobblestones. You have free vacuum.
Cobblestones, yeah.
You know, you pull in there and
H2Os.
Yep.
Cobblestone bought the H2O.
Yep.
And now they've got two, I think, on Tower. One on the
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713 Talk. 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. Very interesting topic on land downtown, on what this guy should do with it. We have a call into a billboard company. We're going to ask some questions. Anyway, it's weird. He went and bought that property thinking he might put his pedicab down there, and decided he might sell it. I told him if it's zoned for billboards, maybe he can do a billboard, but Mark mentioned maybe the city doesn't allow new billboards. Who knows?
There's something strange. I don't know if it's even still that way, but I dealt with something.
So we're going to try to figure that out. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, I got an email on hybrids. Tom, Toyota told me that my hybrid battery had failed. The car would not move, so the lady's battery is probably still working. So if the battery failed, I don't know. Is that true? That's what this guy's saying. He says, I had a hybrid, and that's what he told me.
There's probably truth to that, but what Kevin
And by the way, thanks, Robert.
The battery's old.
And thanks, Robert, for listening from Tennessee. Robert in Tennessee. Friendsville, Tennessee. I imagine that's a friendly place. All right, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now, another one wrote and said, My battery died 3 years ago. A new one costs $3,600 by Toyota. The secondary deep cycle battery is still going at 313,000 miles. I get 33 miles to the gallon. That's on a 2007 hybrid.
Wow. My Sonata, when I had it, we get about 40 miles to the gallon.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, hybrid, Mark?
Yeah, I used to till some lady blew a red light and wiped it out.
So, Robbie, we're waiting for some word from Billboard Company to see, if in fact it's something that they can do. Not they, but, are billboards still viable? Are they still being put up around town? We don't know. Or are they grandfathered in and it has to be there already? We're not sure. We were hoping somebody listening might know and might call in. Meanwhile, though, Sue's got your information, and we will absolutely be in touch with you if we find out. If you don't feel like, so let me ask you this: you said there were things going on now with the family and stuff, and you didn't want to go through with this.
Sir, my wife passed away from drinking in October.
Oh, that's terrible.
My dad has had his second lung cancer surgery now.
Sounds like you got some pressure. Do you have any kids, man?
No, I was adopted at birth from Denver General, and I'm going to be the last surviving member of the family here.
How are you doing since were you and your wife separated or together?
No, we were together. We were living together. I had her stepkids I raised for 12 years, and now they're back with their dad.
I'm sorry to hear that. So I'm going to be in touch with you, okay? Suze, you got his stuff, his info? I'll be in touch.
Do.
So just hang in there, and we'll figure it out. Mark's got a message into Outdoor.
Yeah, I think it was Mile High Outdoor.
And Ken, welcome to the show. What's happening, man?
Hey, thank you. Hey, looking for maybe just a little advice from you. I got a call from my niece last week looking for some advice from me. So I figured I'd come to you.
Okay.
To get an expert opinion.
Okay, what's going on, man?
So she's recently met a gentleman, and they're doing really good. She's looking to maybe move into his house.
Yeah.
And he owns the house outright.
Mm-hmm.
She owns a mobile home, and the park that she lives in won't let her rent that out.
Mm-hmm.
So she's contemplating on selling that.
Yeah.
And is looking for a way to maybe protect herself somehow when she moves in with this new young man.
Now, protect herself in what way? In what way?
Well, kind of maybe financially in the future. If they do fall apart, she's suddenly left with nothing.
Oh. Well, when she sells her mobile home, if she can sell it, is it a real old one?
It's fairly new, and she's done a little bit of checking, and apparently she's comfortable with thinking that she can sell the place.
Okay. Then that money is going to be hers, so she doesn't have to protect. They're not getting married, right?
Correct.
How long have they known each other?
Probably less than a year.
All right. Well, first of all, she's crazy to move in already, but maybe, okay, kids move faster. If this was my daughter, I would say, don't commingle funds. Keep them separate. That's how you protect yourself. So the money you sell your mobile home with, you do that. Then you do a written habitation agreement. You do it written. You don't leave it to chance on how much you're expected to pay and how much notice you have to be given to move. And under the terms you can leave. I mean, she needs to have that in writing.
Right, and that's a habitation
Well, I
agreement?
call it a cohabitation agreement. What it actually is she's subleasing a room or something. I mean, you can call it whatever you want. What it is, no, you don't want to make it a domestic partnership agreement. That becomes more like sharing stuff. I maybe used the wrong word. She needs a lease of some kind or some kind of an agreement on rent and stuff. So if he can't come to her 6 months from now saying, hey, you've never paid your way, you owe me this much, or I want you out. I mean, she just has to have stuff in writing. Just a basic rental agreement of some kind that gives her, so he can't just say leave tomorrow.
Right.
You know, and really, other than that, that's really what she's doing. She's really going to be renting a place. Now, if he says, I don't want you paying anything, I love you, well, she needs to have something in writing that I have agreed to rent this to you at no cost, but I can, at such time I choose to invoke rent, or I don't know, something like you have 10 days to accept or turn it down, or 30 days. I mean, she has to have something. Do you know, does he want her to chip in?
I don't know that for sure.
Well, they have to work all this out before she moves in.
Right. And I know that her and I did discuss the not commingling funds and things like that.
And don't hold yourself out to be married unless you want to be married. So you don't introduce someone as your husband or wife, and you don't post social media as husband or wife, and you don't commingle funds as husband and wife.
Right.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yep.
And then that will get you the safety.
Right.
So tell me, did she come to you and say, I'm moving in with this guy and I'm not sure? Or she said, I love him, I don't think anything will go wrong, but what do I do just in case? What's her mindset?
Yes.
Oh.
And that's pretty much exactly what she said.
What's the just in case?
Life happens, and
like they break up. What if they break up? Yeah, that's why she has to have something in writing. But you have to ask her to get all terms and conditions up front. Say, look, man, I want us to continue to be friends, or I want us to continue to go out and do things, but we have to have something down in case it doesn't. Like, what do you want for rent? Are you letting me live here free? What do I need to pay? You got to really spell that out.
Yep.
And then to protect him too, for example, like you may say something like, for him, I won't stake any claim in ownership or equity, and that might give him incentive. Whatever. You may, and before she signs and executes it, maybe we can have it looked at for her.
Okay, cool.
What state is this?
It's in Colorado here.
Okay. All right, good. I'm glad. You know what? I'm really happy she called you and asked about this. Now, how old is she?
She's mid-30s.
Okay, so it's not like her first love and she's not all starstruck.
No, but she's been single forever and has finally met someone. So we're all very excited.
Where'd she meet the guy? Where'd she meet him?
Through some mutual friends at work.
How old is he?
He's also mid-30s, and he's very established. He's a diesel mechanic.
Good. Has he been married before?
Yes.
Does he have children?
Part of his no. And that's part of his hesitation. He's a little gun-shy as well, that he doesn't want my niece to take advantage of him if he allows her to move in and things fall apart.
Okay, so he feels the same way. Then that's really good. Then she should offer him protections too. And then they both feel good about it. So let us know if you need any more help, Ken.
This is Denver's
just move in.
What's that?
Now you get a contract.
Oh, bad. Or even better yet, you used to be able to just kick somebody out.
That's true too.
Acting a fool, get the fuck out.
now.
We had one, it was ridiculous, man. This guy moved in
Oh
with this chick.
my God, was that a pain? That
Forwarded
poor woman.
He forwarded his mail, and she said after like 2 or 3 weeks, his mail was coming here, and there's relevance to that. So he finally calls she calls the police to get him the fuck out, and because he got his mail there, they said you got to evict her. There's nothing we can do. So this fucking asshole. I'll tell you one that was even worse, though. We had one in the Springs that called up, homeless chick, and someone heard the story, felt bad for her, got her a job, or was going to give her a job in a place to live.
Need new hires in
I
the new year?
got 2
You
spots.
need
Didn't show up.
Find your next
She moved
hire.
in,
When you
moved her
sponsor
crack
a
addict
post,
kid
you
in,
get a list of quality
and they couldn't
candidates
get rid
whose
of her until he
resumes
got the
on
cops
Indeed
involved.
match your job
We
description.
felt bad because
Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Hey, I have a special you need to know about because you have to mention Martino when you call. No, seriously, this is great. All windows, siding, and doors, all of them. Normally, for January, they were going to do 35% off. And if some poor schmuck walks in or calls him and doesn't mention Martino, he'll get 35% off. That's great. But if you mention me, you get an extra 5%. That's 40% off window, siding, and doors just for mentioning Tom or Martino. So call K&H, make your appointment. They're great people, by the way. They've been around more than 60 years, and I've known them the whole time I've been in Colorado, 40-some-odd years. 303-421-7100. 303-421-7100. KHWindows.com. They have energy-efficient products that will help you save money and beautify your home. And now 40% off when you mention Tom on all windows, siding, and doors. 303-421-7100. Now, Ideal Home Loans was established in Colorado in the early 2000s, still here going strong with Brent Ivinson at the helm. I tell you all this to let you know they're a solid company established for Colorado, in Colorado, and they will do what it takes to get you the best loan. That's why they let you customize it. Pick any term you want to get that lower rate. It doesn't have to be 15 or 30. You can also do a pre-approval, which will get you like a cash deal. The money's set aside, and all you have to do is close. Then they have the interest rate guarantee. If rates go down, even by just 0.75% over 2 years, they will refinance you as soon as you want, free of charge. And you get a new 2-year guarantee every time you close. And don't forget credit optimization, where they tweak your credit even after you're approved to get you even better pricing. That's Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan, where first they listen, then they lend to get the ideal loan for you. 303-867-7000.
Donnie here with Fitness Gallery. We are loving how thousands of people have found out just how safe and convenient it is to work out in your own home. There's never been a better time to buy. We have everything in the store on sale at pre-inflation pricing. You can save huge, up to 50% off, only while supplies last. Take advantage of up to 36 months, 0% financing.
Hi, it's Carl Mecklenburg, former Denver Broncos All-Pro linebacker and defensive captain. This is the place to come if you need a home gym. You'll use it every day. I use it, my wife uses it, our son uses it.
How you guys doing? Rod Smith, 2-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time Pro Bowler, Ring of Famer with the Denver Broncos. We got dumbbells, we got fitness equipment, we got treadmills, we got bikes. We got it in stock right now. My original fitness equipment came from a big box store. Filled the space, looked great, but it just wasn't functional. So you know what happened? Didn't get used.
We have the best warranties. It's commercial-grade equipment made for your home. Visit one of our 6 convenient locations today or fitnessgallery.com.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
You know, I've talked about Blue Sky CBD for quite some time. I've had a great experience with these products. They just keep getting better and better. I know a lot of you, hundreds and hundreds of you, have tried it and feel the same way. And the feedback that you've been sharing through reviews is terrific. I've met with the owners and they shared some interesting info on the latest batch of their Max Relief Balm and how they tested to 2,700 milligrams. It's basically a free extra 200 milligrams. And this stuff has been amazing for me with aches and pains. The more and more I learn about CBD, the more thankful I become for this relationship with Blue Sky CBD. Also, I wanted to let you know that if you've used promo code KHOW as a one-time code, please feel free to use promo code DAVE, my first name, for 30% off your next order. If you or somebody you know could benefit, I highly recommend Blue Sky CBD and their entire line of products. BlueSky-CBD.com. Once again, it's bluesky-cbd.com.
Don't let your insurance company dictate your settlement. If you've been impacted by the recent wildfires, call 800-248-3888 today for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. As the oldest, largest, and most respected public adjusting firm, Adjusters International stands ready to provide you a path to financial and emotional recovery. Call today at 800-248-3888. That's 800-248-3888. 800-248-3888.
It's the Dan Kapla Show. Afternoons 4 to 6.
Friday at 4. Does Bernie Sanders jumping into the King Super Strike hurt the cause of the strikers? I think it does. Are you supporting the strike, this deeply into it? And what should the U.S. do when Putin invades Ukraine thanks to Joe Biden? Join me at 4.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Let's talk. Oh, I'm sorry. Ken, Deputy Doc, what do you want to talk about?
I just wanted to give people some consumer advice. I get a lot of calls about people who get ripped off when they get an email or a call from a company, whether it's eBay or Apple or...
And they say, we're from this company or that company,
anytime anytime you get an email or a call from a company, what you need to do is very simple. You say, thank you very much, you hang up, and you call customer service, and you say, did you authorize this call? Is it legitimate? It will save you so much heartache and aggravation, because if you click on the link, you're going to get scammed, and if you talk to them, you're going to get scammed. So just hang up, call customer service, and find out if the offer or the email was legit. It's a simple step, and it will save you so much heartache and money.
Explain where you're getting this information. You do volunteer work after you work here. You do a great job. What else do you do?
Well, there's something called the AARP Fraud Watch Network.
Yeah, and what is it?
It's basically, it's a little different than what we do here, because we don't follow up on things. We don't call up people. What we do is, if somebody calls up and they've been scammed, we try to tell them about the scam so it doesn't happen again, and give them some resources, if we can, to help undo the damage that was done.
And this is a nationwide line?
It's a nationwide line, and you don't have to be an AARP member. You don't have to be a senior. We get calls all the time from people in...
Where do they advertise this number?
Probably in the AARP bulletin. But I think
you guys get a lot of calls.
Right.
Now, do you go to a call center or do you do it from home?
Well, we used to do it from the call center in downtown Denver, but since the COVID, we've been doing it remotely.
And are there calls, people like you all over the country answering the phone, volunteering?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fraud fighters, right?
Right. Exactly.
All over the country, right?
Well, mainly in Denver and Seattle.
Really? Is that your headquarters?
Yeah, we get calls from all over the country.
How'd you find out about it to volunteer?
A couple of years ago, I was just looking for something to volunteer.
Yeah.
And just like here, it sort of fit my interest in helping consumers.
I'm shocked you don't remember this.
What?
The one here in Denver, my dad actually worked for him.
Right.
He wasn't a volunteer, but he actually ran the one here. He would actually go around to small communities all over the country, and they would, like, set up at carnivals and stuff to promote it.
Your dad ran it?
Yeah.
I thought he was in the car business.
He was when he retired from that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he literally...
He worked for AARP.
He worked for AARP as a fraud fighter, but he was over the fraud fighters.
Maybe I'll do that when I retire.
Well, it would fit.
Will they take me? Although, Deputy Doc, so that's good, though, that they can call and get information and help. What's your most common call?
Most common call is people getting ripped off by computer viruses.
Yeah, where they call and take control of their computer, right?
Well, they let people take control of their computer. They say, you know, this is so-and-so from this agency. We noticed that you have a virus in your computer, and for $399, we'll take it out.
What do you tell them at that point, after they already allowed them in? What advice is given?
Well, I tell them what they need to do to protect their identity. Then I tell them to have their computer brought to a reputable computer place to have any malware.
That's amazing. That's his number one call.
Viruses.
Okay.
Can you imagine? I bet a lot of people feel so taken. It's like almost forget about the financial part, but emotionally, it's got to be.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. Do they ever call about cars?
No.
No?
They don't call about cars. We do get a lot of this time of year because Publishers Clearinghouse is advertising on the television. We get a lot of sweepstakes calls. People who pay money.
Yeah,
to
I know.
win money.
I know. They should.
We try and tell them over and over again, you never have to give money to win money.
Kevin Kalkin, Sheridan Auto Tech, one of our trusted car guys. What's the most common thing you find when you have to fix something that went wrong or wasn't fixed or people got ripped off? Because we send people to you all the time who've been ripped off to get help. What's the most common rip-off?
Mainly the other techs don't know what they're doing.
It's not so much intentional is what you're saying.
I think it's 50-50. I think some guys are crooks, but I think other guys try, just they don't have the skill.
They just on the skill.
Yeah.
That's what we find a lot of. We find sometimes people, even with this cabinet guy or people that do work for people, it's not so much they're ripping them off. It's just that they want to make money.
And some of them are trying to help by cutting a corner.
Yeah.
And it comes back and bites them, too. So
anyway, 303-713-TALK. Kat, I got to take a quick break, but I want to take your call because I notice you're a pretty good person. We know you, Kat, from where you donated a puppy to a first responder. You helped this family out a lot. Is the name of your place Heavenly Kennels?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I remember you. Anyway, what did you want to talk about?
We just wanted to offer a puppy to a family that may have lost a pet in the Boulder fire. I know that a lot of people did. So
you know what? You always have a great idea. Hold on. I'll come right back to you. Hold on.
It's ironic that somebody named Cat is donating a dog.
She was in studio and delivered one to
she's a very nice person.
That was a great day.
That was a cute
little black, the little girl, the puppy. That was a good day.
It was so cute. Oh my God. Little golden.
Little golden.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yes. Little golden. Those are expensive too.
Hey, do you have a dog? Turn the car on.
Do you have a dog?
No.
Have you had dogs?
I've had dogs. Yeah.
Like most recently, one was yours.
I haven't had a dog since I've been in the dog.
He hasn't had a dog since he had a monkey in his backyard.
I've had dogs my entire life and horses.
He had a fucking monkey.
Make their home your dog.
As a token of their appreciation, the Broadmoor is extending
I lost my dogs in the divorce on purpose. I wanted my kids to have
and February with their Colorado Appreciation.
I haven't had a chance.
All here just a short
He loved my Doberman Dobie.
Okay. Let's talk about saving your life for $189. It could. Actually, I hope you waste that money. I hope the carotid scan doesn't show any soft plaque whatsoever. And you say, Tom, I wasted the money, but I have peace of mind. But for others, you're going to find some soft plaque, which is a direct indicator of heart disease and risk of stroke. I want to make this clear. This is not something that looks for calcium scores. We're looking for soft plaque with core scans. And it's a very special technique. In fact, it's the most accurate low-cost diagnostic method for risk of heart disease and stroke. But I want to give one more deal. They also have a scan to look for aneurysms and the beginning of aneurysms. This is so critical. You know, there are people that drop dead from aneurysms, never know they were there. What if you could see the beginnings of those, the thinning of an artery or something? This is another scan you can get. I want you to call CORE, C-O-R, corescans.com. Of course, the core scan is what you need, and then insurance can help you with the solutions. 720-740-2663, 720-740-2663. Let's talk about Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan. It is a direct mortgage lender I've dealt with for, well, since 2000, so 21, 22 years, and I'm telling you, they're great people. They have options for you. I like the interest rate guarantee. They guarantee the rate, so if it goes down, they refinance you free of charge. You have a 2-year guarantee every time you close. Now, they have another thing called a pre-approval. Not a pre-qualification, a pre-approval. You're approved. It's done. The money's set aside. So when you go out and get a house, it's like a cash deal. Ideal Home Loans, I say, for your next ideal home loan, because it is ideal. You pick whatever term you want. You don't have to have 15 or 30. And then that low rate, you can take cash out. You can lower your payment. You can do both. Whatever you need, they listen, then they lend. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. Why do we believe in public adjusters, Mark? Because Matt has proven himself useful.
They protect you, man. When my homeowners, this kills me every time I even say it, when my homeowner's insurance told me I had 0 hail damage, Matt got me a check for $70,000, and of course I got my roof done. But here's really what's important. These people, Tom, that were... their houses burned down. Their lives have been turned upside down in these Boulder County fires. These are the guys that really need a public adjuster. They're going to make offers to them for rebuilding and their property and everything else that goes along with that insurance policy, and the offers aren't going to be fair. You have to have someone on your side. If you don't, they're going to stick it to you, and I don't care who your insurance company is. You want to go to referrallist.com. You want to look up Paragon Services. That's it, Paragon Services at referrallist.com.
Hey, this is Dan Kaplis. One of the best parts of my job is that I get to work with so many heroes, so many great people fighting hard to overcome a major injury wrongfully inflicted on them. It's a privilege to help these courageous men and women rise up to demand and receive full compensation and to live their best lives. We are a serious firm for serious cases, and we take righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. Reach me at 303-770-5551 or hit dankapleslaw.com. That's dankapleslaw.com.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on backyard favorites like grill-ready hamburgers and fresh-picked strawberries? Then shop at King Soopers. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the King Soopers app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales. Plus, rewards like fuel points, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. King Soopers. Fresh for everyone.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose.
How do they keep doing it when they can't even justify that it's helping?
That part that's a whole different argument.
Listen, I saw a headline in CNN today saying rough week for President Trump.
Go have a margarita.
It was Trump for Trump.
Hey,
a rough week, and they started outlining things like somebody suing them. The January 6th committee wants this.
The Supreme Court said the Supreme Court said the White House could release all the transcripts of the January 6th.
Have you guys ever watched Shepard Smith with the news?
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I actually like him.
He's
on fucking MSNBC.
There's no bias.
Or no, CNBC.
There is no bias in any of his reports. He had a big thing yesterday.
He's pretty fucking straight.
He is absolutely straight. If you want to get the news...
For a guy that's not straight, that's pretty good.
Without...
Not that there's anything wrong with
without any of this ideologue, watch him. It's amazing.
No, he's
he
good.
Really is good. And he does it. And he left Fox News because he wanted to be down the middle, and they wanted him to.
You got more money.
No, it's always money.
But still, I mean, he's.
Whatever happened to Greta Van Susteren?
She sued Fox and got a lot of dough.
Why?
And now she's sitting at home having a good time.
I have no idea. The one that really screwed up over there, though, was
Megan Kelly.
God, man. She lasted on network TV. Why she even think she could be on that liberal fucking bullshit?
Well, there was a movie made about all those blondes that sued. So who's the other one that used to be Miss America or something? Gretchen.
Yeah.
All those cars.
Yeah, but she got a shitload of money from Fox.
I'll tell you a successful one, and she ended up marrying, or they're engaged, Don Jr. What's her name?
Oh, yeah.
Tom Martino here,
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, Otis, real quick, man. We may not. You want to get? I got to go back to this breeder who wants to give away a puppy to a family, but I want to ask you about your key fob. What kind of truck is it?
The 2013 Dodge Dually.
Okay, that shouldn't be difficult to get. A 2000.
Where do I go, Tom? Yeah, where do I go?
I'd go to our guy. It's going to be way cheaper. He can give the
City Lock.
City Lock up in Boulder.
City Lock of Boulder.
Yep.
City Lock. If you go to our referral list, Sue's going to get that information for you, Otis.
He might even be able to make it with the VIN and just ship it to you overnight, man.
Yeah, but just talk to Sue. She'll get you that info. Hey, Kat with Heavenly Kennels, what a kind thing you want to do. You want to donate a puppy. You do golden retrievers, right? Isn't that your specialty?
Yes.
And you want to donate a puppy to a family that may have lost a puppy in the fire, and or not a puppy, but a dog in a fire. What a great idea! I want to help with this, so of course we'll verify the stories for you. And is this puppy born already?
It is. They were born last week, so they are a week old, so we have to wait till 8 weeks, but it would be something, maybe a little light at the end of the tunnel for some of the people that have lost so much to look forward to, and also time to get prepared.
Yeah, and it's time for us to find a home. Now, Kat, I hadn't heard, I wondered if you did. Have there been people? I mean, I never even thought of that. Now, thank God no people were killed.
No, there was.
No. Were there people killed, Mark?
Yeah, they found the remains of an elderly woman.
Oh, okay. But I don't know about the animals. I hadn't heard. Were a lot of animals lost, do you know, Kat?
Sure.
I do not know. I have heard that there were some, but I hadn't been able to verify that. So I just thought, well, I'm sure that probably, and unfortunately there were.
We'll have to get word out and do this, and we'll continue this, of course, on our next show for sure. And we appreciate it.
Thank you.
One thing that would help is if you could take a picture of the litter or something. It would be fun to post that, and we can talk about it.
I can do that.
Okay.
I can absolutely do that.
Oh, that would be wonderful. If you could do that for me, I'd love it. And I'll post it on everything I have, and then we'll talk about it on the next show. And you have really good breeding. I mean, you're not some hack black backyard breeder. At least you don't appear to be. That's for darn sure. And you're careful about placing your doggies. How long have you been doing this?
I've been raising dogs for probably about 30 years.
Oh, goodness. You haven't always done Goldens?
No. I used to raise Rottweilers, but I really enjoy Goldens even more.
They're wonderful dogs. My God, they're so smart. And they're great companions.
And they're so loyal.
Loyal, great companions. That's really good.
They just want to please. They just want to love.
I know it. I had one when I was in college. I used to hate my roommate used to take him out drinking, and he would sit at the bar. The dog would sit at the bar and lap up a beer. It was terrible, but he loved it. Anyway, thank you. So we're going to work on that. Sheridan Auto Tech, thank you, Kevin, for being here. SheridanAutoTech.com, 303-455-7242. And thank you, Deputy Doc, Talib, and the gang. Remember, save all your problems for us.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino.